ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Based on Trustpilot rating of hiring sites with over 1,000.
It's time now for your LeGrand Ride weather forecast. In LeGrand tonight, a low of 37 degrees with mostly clear skies. For tomorrow, a high near 67 degrees with plenty of sunshine throughout the day. In Baker City tonight, mostly clear conditions with a low near 33 degrees. And for tomorrow, plenty of sunshine with a high near 70. This weather forecast is brought to you by LeGrand Ride, regional leaders in outdoor recreation and weather. For extensive, accurate information about trails, snow, and everything weather-related, visit legrandride.com.
Sometimes it's muddy, sometimes it's rocky, and this time of year it can become ice and snow. Around here, good traction needs to be standard equipment. So if you've been spinning your wheels, maybe it's time to pick up a new Toyota 4 or all-wheel drive. To make the decision easy, Toyota has special limited time savings on our best-selling models. Get special low-payment lease options on Tacomas, 4Runners, and Sequoias. Or how about 0% APR financing for 60 months on all RAV4s? There's even $3,000 in cash back on Tundra Crew Max, and that's just a few examples of the great savings. Plus, most new Toyota models now feature Toyota Safety Sense at no extra cost. So get a grip this winter at the Toyota 4x4 and all-wheel drive event. For details, visit buy@toyota.com or come drive one today at your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. All financing on approved credit through Toyota Financial Services. Dealer doc fees vary by dealer. For more details, call 1-888-21-TOYOTA. Offers end October 31st, 2018.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care. I ever get back, so let's root for the home team. They don't win, it's a shame. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
The Johnny Ballgame.
What's going on,
Show.
everybody? It's going to be a fantastic Thursday edition of what we hope is your favorite sports talk radio program, the Johnny Ballgame Show, Bench Warmers Pub and Grill. I'm Johnny Ballgame. It's my show. We talk about sports and fun stuff, and we take phone calls, emails, read text messages, all that good stuff. I appreciate all my chucklehead listeners out there, and adding to the program like you guys and girls do every day is always much appreciated. And we're coming at you on Super Talk Radio. That's 1450 or 1490, depending where you are. On the AM dial in Eastern Oregon, you can watch the show from our YouTube channel, simply Johnny Ballgame Show, Ballgame, one word, on that YouTube channel. We keep all the past shows on there. If you miss a day, you can always go back and play catch up, and you can watch the program live there. Or, again, you can visit my website. Just type in JohnnyBallGameShow.com. You can listen from there. You can watch past episodes from there. You can participate in pick'em contests and cool stuff. So every now and again, check out the website and see what we got going on there. It's going to be a fun day. This is one of those shows, prepping for this. I kind of started prepping for this show last night, watching another terrific baseball game. Are you kidding me, Astros, Red Sox last night? The back and forth in that, I mean, that was a stinking playoff shootout. Forget pitcher's duel. That was fun. By maybe the best two teams in the league this year. Forget AL, forget NL. Who are the best two baseball teams you've seen? Most complete teams in Major League Baseball. Yeah, pretty easy to say. It's one, the Red Sox, and two's probably the Houston Astros. Like, this might be, kind of the real World Series with the best two teams. All due respect to those two NL teams as well. But that was fun last night. Some controversy there with the Altuve shot early on in that game, and just the way that both teams seemed to still have firepower. Just when you thought, okay, the other team's going to take this over now, like the very next half inning, the other team would come back and score 2 or 3 runs, or get a double off the wall, or a big throw out. Mookie Betts' arm throwing out that dude on second base last night. Hello. It's pretty fun, man. I'm digging these games every night. Got another one tonight. I mean, are we celebrating the Boston Red Sox going to the World Series tonight? I mean, that might be something we're doing. They play again around 5 o'clock on TBS. Red Sox, Astros. It's just, I mean, tonight's sports night, maybe we should just start there. We'll get to our Paisanos Pizza top story in a second. But have you seen the sports on tonight? This might be one of those nights where you just kind of luck into, being able to throw your pajamas on, within an hour when you get home from work. Maybe dinner's already set up. You got an easy peasy plan for dinner, and you can kind of spend this Thursday night just messing around with the TV. Because if you can, there's an NFL game. There's the NBA tip-off for a lot of teams, including your Portland Trailblazers, hosting the new LeBron Lakers. That's on tonight. College football fans, Pac-12, you have Stanford at Arizona State. Like I mentioned, you have Major League Baseball. The ALCS could be a series-winning victory for the Bo Sox as they get to another World Series. Would be their first since 2013. I mean, that's all going on tonight. You got a couple other college games. If you're really a big hockey geek, it's filled with hockey games too. Other NBA games outside of the Portland Laker game too. I mean, this is a killer sports night, man. I can't wait to get this thing started. I can't wait to get this show over. I can't wait to get home and watch these games all over the place tonight. I'm really excited about LeBron coming to Portland, opening that NBA season. We'll air that game on this station, by the way. We will air the game tonight. I'm excited for the NFL game. Two teams, even Cardinals, Broncos, with crappy records, but I just want to see who's going to come out on top tonight. I want to see Josh Rosen play. I'm excited for that. Obviously, Major League Baseball playoffs. Heck, I'll peek in on Stanford at Arizona State. I'll peek in on that. Oh, sweet sports day. I love it, man. Let's get this thing going. Brought to you today by Paisanos Pizza. It's your daily top story. All right, watershed moment. I don't know. The entire sport looking different from now on in terms of college basketball, in terms of professional basketball. I don't know. But a move today. This is reported first, I saw by ESPN. I'm sure other folks were on this thing too. But in a move today, the G League, something, and honestly, I've been suggesting this for 5 stinking years, dude. The G League is creating a new avenue, a new way to play and get paid as an alternative to the NCAA men's basketball one-and-done situation. There is a new league provision beginning, I believe, next year in the summer of 2019, okay? There's a new path kids can take. The G League will now offer select contracts worth a total of $125,000 for the season to elite level prospects who are at least 18 years old but not yet eligible for the NBA draft. That is, in its pure language, exactly what the one-and-done kids are. Most of them are 18 or are 18 by the time the season is over, and they are ineligible to enter the NBA draft under the NBA draft rules. Remember, the one-and-done deal, that's not a college basketball rule. That's an NBA rule. If the NBA said, okay, we're done with it, come whenever you want, you wouldn't have as many one-and-dones. You'd still have a lot of one-and-dones, but you'd have 6, 7, 8, I don't know, 11, 12 that would say the heck with it. I'm not going to college. I'm going straight to the NBA. You'd still have one-and-dones. You'd still have the kids that play 1 year of college basketball go, hey, I got all these scouts telling me this and that. Okay, I'm out of here. I'm going. So you'd still have that. But this is going to be interesting because there's going to be not a new league, But in a sense, the G League will be looked at differently now moving forward. And I'm a G League guy. I am in life and whatever. I used to work for the G League when the Idaho Stampede had a team in Boise. I worked for that team. I was up and close with it. I got to know some of the players and the administrators and the coaches and the peanut guy and the soda guy and the beer guy and the mascot. And I worked for the team and I had fun doing it. So I get that lifestyle where the players have to live. They usually rent like an apartment complex for the team, and the players live there, and a lot of them don't have cars. It's kind of a tough situation, and they don't get paid much. These kids are going to make more than the regular G League players, which will be maybe a little interesting. They'll be bonus babies, is what they're called. But I think the normal G League salary is like $30,000, $40,000 a season. These will be $125,000. So will there be maybe some animosity coming in with, oh, we got a bonus baby here? Yeah, sure, whatever. We might toughen the kid up a little bit. I don't know. But I'm not saying college basketball be petrified, but I am saying college basketball, you will lose some of these kids that you would have normally had at big schools like Duke, like Kansas, like Kentucky. You will have a few less of those players because absolutely kids are going to look into doing this. And I've always wondered why the heck the D League didn't allow it. I thought it was the dumbest thing ever. Get in G League now, they call it. Get in on these players, G League. Get them from the ground up. Put them in an NBA environment / system right out of high school. Something that will be different than a college campus where it's pretty stinking far from a professional lifestyle. I went to college. A lot of you went to college. Yeah, that's pretty far from professional, man. Living in the college life. It's as far from professional as it gets. Especially some of these kids, and we've all or seen or known. I certainly have athletes at schools and stuff, and it's a different deal. So absolutely, some kids are going to look into this. I get $125,000. I don't have to worry about class. It's all basketball. Yeah, what's that again? Yes, $125,000. I play in the G League for a season, and then I enter the NBA draft that summer. Okay. And I'm essentially trying out for all these G League and NBA teams, I should say NBA teams, every single game. Now, I'm not saying they're not doing that in college, but this will be exactly that. The NBA will be closer in proximity to the G League than it has been in the past in terms of getting these college talent, these talented collegiate players. They're now going to play in their league, or some of them will. So it will be easier there. Now, I'm not saying college basketball is dead. Stop. No. But I do like the chance that these kids are being able to monetize their talent and not have any restrictions on it. Oh, you're not old enough. Sorry, kid. You're good enough, but yeah, you're not old enough. Now they're going to say, well, you're still not old enough to play in the NBA, but we'll pay you to come to the G League so we can get the goods on you beforehand. You're going to be playing with grown men straight out of high school. I mean, it's going to be a tougher league. I mean, don't think that college basketball is better basketball than the G League, at least from a talent standpoint. All those dudes in the G League were the best player, essentially, on their college team. A lot of those guys, the G League players, and trust me, I've been around the G League. When I was living in Boise, if you had asked me, what's just a better basketball team, Boise State Broncos or the Idaho Stampede? It's not close. It's the Idaho Stampede. A lot of those guys, half the dudes on the team, at one point or another have played in the NBA. And a lot of those guys are from big schools. So for as far as like development as a basketball player, and maybe like development as a man, maybe this is a better option for some kids to say, you know what? Screw college basketball. I'm not buying into that anymore. I don't know what I want to study. If I do want to go to school, hopefully I'll make enough money playing basketball where one day I can go back to school and study something that interests me. But a lot of these kids coming out at 17, 18 years old of high school, all they've done is play sports. Nothing really interests them from a level of academia. They don't know what they want to do yet. They want to play ball. That's all they've been doing, and they're good at it, and they've been encouraged by everybody in their inner circle and out of their whole life of, hey, you're a basketball player. You play ball. You're going to go to the NBA. You're doing this. No one's going there talking to him about the trig test he needs to study for. Nobody cares about that. They only care when it sounds good. Oh, he's not going to class. Nobody cares about that typically for him in his life. So this is going to be a cool deal for those kids who don't really want to do the college thing. Kick off your pro career right now, $125,000 starting salary directly out of high school. Yeah, that's good work if you can get it. I was delivering pizzas out of high school, working at a country club, washing golf clubs out of high school, right? Making minimum wage out of high school and being okay with it. These gigs, these kids straight out of high school come play in the G League for $125,000 and get yourself ready for the NBA? Oh, dude, some kids are going to take advantage of this. I don't know if it will be, say, the top 20 high school players, basically the McDonald's All-America game. How many McDonald's All-Americans will not be playing college basketball in 2 years from now, I guess, when this thing will take effect? How many dudes on that game in that game won't be playing college basketball? They'll be going straight to the G League. I don't know. 25% of them? Half? I don't know. I mean, you tell me. What do you think about this? Is this going to work? Should college basketball be, I don't know, maybe more concerned than I think it should be? I can open up the All-American Spray Lining Intent hotline, 541-963-4122. Like, does this ruin college basketball from your perspective as a fan? Because, heck, there might be 5, 6, 7 All-American caliber players that won't be playing anymore. They're going to the G League. They'll be playing for the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. They'll be playing for the Santa Cruz Warriors. I don't know how you're going to watch those games. The Fort Wayne Mad Ants. That's who they're going to be playing for. The Oklahoma Blue. Some of these teams might not be as good for you. You're not going to see Dick Vitale screaming up and down, watch Dipsy Dunkaroo, Diaper Dandies. You're never going to, these kids will be playing in some league that you won't watch a lot of. Is it better for them, though, getting the $125,000? It's good money right out of high school, dude. That's good money regardless. Johnny Ballgame Show, Benchwarmers Pub and Grill. I got NFL picks coming up. I got a stud guest coming on this hour, Brandon Huffman, the National Director of Recruiting for 247 Sports. I want to know, how many recruits are going to be on the sideline at Pullman, Washington's Martin Stadium this Saturday when they host Oregon with College Game Day there? Does that, getting game day, how much does that add to recruiting? I want to talk to my boy Huffman about that. I also have Kevin McGuire in hour number 2. Like I said, this is one of the great sports days we've had in a while. You got NFL, you got college, you got NBA, you got hockey, you have baseball playoffs. You got it all tonight. It's going to be terrific. Ballgame Show, Benchwarmers Pub and Grill. Look, the difference in Paisano's Pizza, why it's just better than everybody else, it's the ingredients. They spend more on their ingredients. They use Tillamook cheddar. They use real mozzarella cheese. The ingredients allow you to taste the difference. Next time you're there, if you are into, say, how about the Rancher, one of my favorites. That's a specialty pizza. Just say, I'll take a large Rancher. That's pepperoni, sausage, Canadian bacon, and beef. Like, you cannot go wrong with that. And again, the ingredients, they're better than other pizza places' ingredients. Go to Paisanos, Baker City, the biggest around. I stinking love those pizzas. I wish I had one for the games tonight, man. Dang it. I love ya. Ballgame Show, Benchwarmers Pub and Grill.
I'm Wes Williams, and I'm running for judge in Union and Wallowa counties after 22 years of protecting the constitutional rights of Eastern Oregonians. Whether they were a victim of crime, a rancher or a farmer protecting their land, a small business owner, a juvenile, or someone accused of a crime, I have fought for the rights of the citizens of our community. Look for your ballot by next Monday, the 22nd, and vote Wes Williams for judge, because you deserve to know your constitutional rights will be protected. I'm Wes Williams, and I approve this message.
Empowering lives is our goal. A history of empowering lives is even better. Hi, this is David Ebel, physical therapist at Mountain Valley Therapy. Empowering lives is what we've been doing for over 19 years. There is more involved in your physical therapy than physical symptoms. We work with you and your doctor to take care of the most complicated cases with absolute confidence. Let us be your physical therapist. Mountain Valley Therapy, your physical therapy clinic. Call us for your free consultation, 962-0830.
With all the local realty groups available, how do you choose which one to use? You could Google. You could ask a coworker. You could even flip a coin. Instead of taking a chance, list your property with Ranch & Home Realty in LeGrand. They have over 60 years of experience successfully listing and selling local properties, which means you've got 60 years of a refined, successful process. With that kind of experience, you're not really leaving anything to chance. Moving from listed to closed, Ranch & Home Realty.
Hey, for all of you listening that own an RV, camper, or trailer, Kurt's RV Service and Repair in Island City has you covered. For any issue, large or small, Kurt's RV Service and Repair will make certain that your next big trip will be a safe one. Many of you may be quite handy yourself and can handle some issues with your trailer, camper, or RV on your own. That's great too. Check out the amazing parts and inventory at Kurt's. If you're a do-it-yourselfer, you'll find the parts you need at Kurt's RV Service and Repair in Island City.
Your car, it lives on the road and takes all the abuse from the elements. But a wash down at East Adams Car Wash can make it look new. Go to East Adams Car Wash for a hot and thorough, high-pressure vehicle wash down with exclusive pre-soak solutions that stop rust and corrosion where it hides in every nook and cranny. With 5 bays, each featuring a no-scratch brush, a hot pressure washer with select settings for soaping, rinsing, and shining. A clean, happy vehicle at East Adams Car Wash, LeGrand.
Locally owned and managed LeGrand Light Truck. It's where your diesel will learn to sing. For maintenance, repairs, and best of all, performance on a whole new level. It's Luke and the guys at LeGrand Light Truck. They love what they do, and making your truck run in top condition is something they take pride in. Commercial operators, keep your fleet on the street. With fleet programs at LeGrand Light Truck, saving you time and money, now and over the long run. You'll love the sound and the power that only LeGrand Light Truck delivers. On Adams and LeGrand.
My, yes, I must admit that I have never knew love like this before, and I adore everything about you. I do mean every part of, for making someone this beautiful, have mercy, I wanna kiss your father. You're the kind of girl I wanna get closer to, become the most of you, like love is supposed to do. Cause I fell straight into your trap, and since they say love is blind, I'm the Ray Charles of rap. And I'm waiting for you to put me in your mix.
Johnny Ballgame Show, Benchwarmers Pub and Grill, Little Big Daddy Kane on a Thursday. You're welcome for that. Appreciate everybody. I can't wait for tonight. Some good stuff. I want to get to my weekly NFL picks here in a second. We're going to have some fun with this sucker today. People chiming in. Johnny, I think the G League sounds good for this. There's a lot of these guys in the G League are grown men. It will be a good level of experience for these young kids. I'm with you on that. Johnny, another one. A lot of kids will take the money. How many college graduates serve our coffee? College educations don't mean much anymore. Maybe not in terms of what occupation you end up with. I still think, like, if you get the most out of college and you get out of there with a degree, it makes you obviously an educated person in any form of life, whether you're pouring people's coffee, taking people's orders, or changing the world technologically. I will never diminish an education. And I'm not saying you are either, but I get what you're saying. Some people go to college to get a job. Some people go to college to get an education and better themselves just right there, but between the years. Ballgame Show Benchies. There's my preaching right there. So we'll keep those emails and text messages coming in on this. Again, I don't know if it's a watershed moment or big movement, if this will change basketball at that level as we know it. But the G League from the NBA is now saying, okay, you can play in our league after you graduate high school. You don't have to go to, college anymore, play there. Not only can you play in our league, but yeah, we'll pay you. We'll pay you $125,000 if you get selected. Now, it says it's select players. So there's going to be some form of like a draft or something where the G League, and there's going to be the powers that be that choose which kids are ready, willing, and able to play in this league. So I don't know how that process is going to work. I'm sure they'll have a scouting system, a department, a combine. They'll look at the kids at the All-America games and whatnot. I don't know. I mean, these kids are famous now when they're in middle school due to social media. I'm sure they'll have no problem finding out who the best kids are. They'll find the Marvin Bagleys, I don't think that's going to be a problem. And we'll see. I mean, if it hurts college basketball or not. Yeah. I mean, Johnny, you should mention Nick Bosa checking out of NCAA football. Yeah. I mean, college football is now losing kids. We're seeing it every year where an injury or even a bowl game, if anything is getting in the way, in their path to an NFL or professional career, they're not doing it anymore. Trust me, we'll have 4 or 5 kids not playing a bowl game this year because they don't want to jeopardize their draft status and get hurt. Playing in a game that they feel doesn't benefit them, simply benefits the program. You got Ohio State's best defensive player, Ohio State's best defensive prospect in a while, and that's saying something because it seems like they have 2 or 3 first-round defenders taken every year. I mean, Nick Bosa's the guy. He might go number 1 to somebody, and gosh, I wish I was a team that had a player like that. Those pass rushers now, oh man, they're going to make a ton of money in the next 5, 10, 12 years. If you're getting 14-plus sacks a year, you're going to be more value than just about anybody on the team other than the quarterback. We do it every week, as I say at this time. I got Brandon Huffman right around the corner. But first of all, let's have some fun with this with my weekly NFL picks. Last week was crazy for me. I'm still over 500 on the season and in the money, but it's not by much. Last week I was 1-2 in my 3 weekly NFL picks. I hit on the LA Chargers, only giving 1.5 at Cleveland. I love that spread. I hit on that, but the other 2, nope. I took Carolina +1 at the Redskins, and Washington covered that one. I thought Carolina would go in there and get that win. I was wrong. And I lost on the stinking Jaguars. They were favored at Dallas, and they got punked, man. That defense gave up 40 points to a Cowboy team that came in, 27th, 28th in the league in offense? They scored 40 on them? So 1-2. For the season, I am now 9 wins and 8 losses. So let's get back on the winning track. I like the Chiefs this week, giving 6 points at home against the Bengals. Bengals are good, and that's the reason this is a 6-point spread. I'm just all in on Kansas City, okay? And if I lose money on these guys, I simply lose money on them. I think Patrick Mahomes back at home, getting a little healthier. That offense is, they're a little banged up. Defensively, I don't know what to think. They're not very good. Can they just bend a little more without breaking a little more? I like Kansas City -6. I think they're going to beat the Bengals, I'll say 35-24. Moving on, I like the Chargers again. They've been covering for me this year. I'm going to stay with them. The Chargers play in London, Wembley Stadium, the exact stadium the Seahawks beat the Raiders in last week. The Chargers have to lay 6.5 on this, and I'm going to lay it. I like the Chargers minus 6.5 in London against the Tennessee Titans. I think they win this game by a touchdown. I'm okay with that spread. Chargers win this thing by a touchdown. They get that thing going. I think the Chargers are as talented as any team in the AFC. I really do. And finally, I don't love this one. There were some tough spreads this week, man. And I'm probably going to lose on this one. But I'm all in on the Chiefs. I'm all in on the Saints, too. I think the Saints are better than most teams they're going to play this year. And if you're going to give me points to take them, I'm probably going to take them more often than not. The Saints are on the road against a good Baltimore Ravens team. One of the surprise teams so far in the league. The Saints are 2.5-point underdogs, and I like them. I'm taking the Saints plus 2.5. That's my doggy road special of the week. I think they win outright. It won't be easy, but I think Breeze keeps this thing going, and the Saints get a win. So I have Kansas City minus 6 at home versus Cincy. I got the LA Chargers in London minus 6.5 against the Titans. And I'm taking the Saints, man. New Orleans plus 2.5 on the Road in Baltimore. My weekly NFL picks brought to you by Knee-High Enterprises. Window installations, theirs are the best. Every now and again, you have to replace the windows. I get it. For your home, for your business, call Knee-High Enterprises and ask about their wonderful prices on window installation service. They do it better than anybody. And don't forget, go to the website. Make your weekly picks, dude. You only got another hour or so to do it before we're shutting it off. So make your Knee-High picks. Appreciate you guys. Brandon Huffman, the National Recruiting Coordinator for 247sports.com. He's hopping on with us when we come back. Catch up on Duck and Beaver recruiting. Just figured it was a good time. Ballgame show, Benchwarmers Pub and Grill. We'll be back with my boy Huffman.
It's time now for your LeGrand Ride weather forecast. In LeGrand tonight, a low of 37 degrees with mostly clear skies. For tomorrow, a high near 67 degrees with plenty of sunshine throughout the day. In Baker City tonight, mostly clear conditions with a low near 33 degrees. And for tomorrow, plenty of sunshine with a high near 70. This weather forecast is brought to you by
Grand Ronde Hospital. Since 1907, our #1 mission has been to serve the community we all love. Thank you for placing your trust in us.
Grand Ronde Hospital.
You've been there, right? You put on that jacket you haven't worn in like 6 months. Reach into the pocket and find a McCafe brewed coffee. Well, not really, but there is a crumpled old dollar in there. And on McDonald's $1, $2, $3 menu, that's the price of any size McCafe brewed coffee or a savory sausage biscuit. Oh, and check the other pocket, too. Could be a tasty sausage McMuffin in there. Find more $1 breakfast favorites on the $1, $2, $3 menu at McDonald's. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Tax extra.
I have over 34 years of experience working with local, state, and federal agencies ensuring fiscal accountability and responsible government. This is Bruce Nichols, and I am running for Baker County Commission Chair. As your administrator for Baker County, through transparency and accountability, I will build allies, not adversaries. I will search for solutions that will support economic growth through leadership and in-depth thought. Vote Bruce Nichols for Baker County Commission Chair, and I approve this message.
At All American Spray Line and Tint, we use American-made Scorpion brand products, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Scorpion provides the most durable and lasting products on the market, and I only use the highest percentage of polyurea. That's what separates us from the rest. We can spray coat virtually anything with a warranty that backs our product. We are located at Jefferson Avenue, just down from Heinz Meat Company. Come see us. Or call 962-8468. All American Spray Line and Tint.
Live better with a lifestyle of fitness. Start now and train for fitness for the fun of it at Grand Ron Fitness. Feel great and look better with classes like strong, booty yoga, amp Pilates, and more. Use the quick 30-minute noon workout for ease and results. Start feeling better today with fitness. Come to Grand Ron Fitness, a complete facility with pool, racquetball, cardio, and weight machines, personal programs, and more just for you. Live better with a lifestyle of fitness. Get to Grand Ron Fitness Club and start today.
Not to get too sentimental, but at Les Schwab Tires, we think there's nothing more beautiful than the changing of the seasons. Except, of course, the seasonal changing of the tires. So if the weather takes a turn, and you find yourself in need of some all-season tires, well, you ought to know Les Schwab's having one of our biggest sales of the year. Head our way before the weather does, and we'll make sure you're good to go. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Commonly, a D lineman's responsibility on any given play depends on whether he's playing a zero technique, one gap, or two gap technique. They would then attack the A gap or B gap in pursuit of the play. Got it? Me neither. But I love this game on the Bronco Radio Network.
Broncos football on Super Talk Radio is brought to you in part by Blue Mountain Barbers in LeGrand and Tom Van Diepen with Farmers Insurance in Baker City.
Informer, you know, say that I'm a stormy, I go play I like you boom boom down. Take the man that say that I'm a stormy, stab somewhere down the lane. I like you boom boom down. Informer, you know, say that I'm a stormy, I go play I like you boom boom down. Take the man that say that I'm a stormy, stab somewhere down the lane. I like you boom boom down.
I appreciate everybody. Ballgame Show, Bench Warmers Pub and Grill. Just a festive Thursday night. I love it. MLB playoffs. The Blazers tip off their season. You'll catch the game right here, hosting LeBron and the Lakers. You have a big Pac-12 matchup, Stanford in Tempe against the Sun Devils. You got Broncos, Cardinals, NFL. I mean, hockey geeks. You got some pretty good ice matchups I saw earlier, too. Fabulous Thursday night. Let's head on over to the All-American Spray Lighting and Tint Hotline. One of my favorite guests, hashtag, as always, Avery Strong. He's Brandon Huffman. He's the National Director of Recruiting for 247sports.com, and we're happy to have him on. Huff, we're about, 7 weeks into the college football season. I'm sure recruiting's really heating up right now.
Oh, yeah, and you got between the early signing period in December, you now have this new national transfer database that just kind of became available at the beginning of the week. It's not just recruiting, but now it's tracking the transfers and seeing guys leave in the middle of their freshman season. So it just kind of adds another dimension and another element to recruiting.
It's interesting, a free agency period, if you will, correct? I mean, that's as close as it gets. I love it.
Basically turning recruiting into the Wild West, but now they're in college.
Yeah, crazy, man. Hey, just College Game Day in Pullman. I mean, it's just a cool thing if you're just a fan of the show or you know the history, and certainly for the Pacific Northwest. It's just going to be a fabulous scene, as you probably saw. They had a stinking parade in downtown Pullman yesterday when the semi trucks were rolling through. Like, it's going to be a wonderful scene. I would imagine, and I want to talk to you about this, how a program is able to capitalize on a big event like this. Like, you would hope, if you're a Cougar fan, right, that they got some pretty big recruits coming on campus this weekend so they can get the whole game day feel, right?
Well, interestingly enough, Washington State doesn't like to do a lot of in-season visitors. Now, they'll have some unofficial visitors coming over from the west side of the state, but last weekend they had a bye, and they brought 6 official visitors in. And you don't really see a lot of schools hosting official visitors on bye weekends during the season. Most schools want to use a game day experience and the traditional game day experience to bring those guys in. Washington State really likes to give these guys all of the energy and the attention without the distraction of a game. But now you're going to see a lot of unofficial visitors coming in from the region to go watch this game, to get a chance to see Washington State in the national spotlight. 2 of the top players in the state of Washington, G. Scott and DJ Rogers from Eastside Catholic, are heading over to Washington State for an unofficial visit this weekend. So Washington State's kind of getting the benefit of a attractive game day experience without having to host any official visitors, and that allows them to bring in some 2020 and 2021 guys into town.
You know, so like you said, and I've heard that before about about Cougar football, and Mike Leach in particular, doesn't want the kids around, a lot of them, on a college football weekend. Seems a little odd to me. They do this so outside of the season. First off, it's a stinking snowstorm in Pullman by then, but the Cougars use this strategy so they can, like you said, give them, the coaches and everybody, more attention when they have them in. I mean, that's what they're doing?
Yeah, and so what a lot of times is happening nowadays, and this is part of the problem with the late games. The problem being, if you will, the late games are taking away essentially your entire Saturday. So if a recruit comes into town on a Saturday morning, you're with your team all day Saturday, and you're heading over to the stadium at 3:30 or 4. You got your game at 7. You're getting done with the game at 11 o'clock at night. You got to do your media stuff. You want to do your film. You've now lost that entire Saturday from getting to spend with the recruits. So you got to wait till Sunday. If you push it off until after the season, now you got 48 hours with those guys all to yourself. So coaches, a lot of times with games not being scheduled until 10 to 12 days ahead of time, and in some cases, maybe not till the Monday before what time the game is going to be scheduled, you're losing a precious day on that official visit. So you're seeing schools that are opting to take their chances when maybe the weather is a little bit different, when the campus may not be rocking as much, but that allows them more time with the recruit and their families.
Brandon Huffman, National Director of Recruiting for 247sports.com, does an excellent job. Let's kind of make our way around the Northwest scene a little bit. We'll start in Corvallis. The Jamar Jefferson kid looks terrific, and I think he was a pretty big recruit for, of course, Coach Smith year one. How's it looking moving forward there? I know it's not translating into wins yet for the Beavs, Brandon, but you've always seemed rather optimistic when I've had you on the past about the future of football in Corvallis and Jonathan Smith and his staff's ability to recruit. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
No, I mean, are you still optimistic about the Beavers in the future in recruiting?
Yeah, and I think the big reason for that is that Oregon State has really made it a concentrated effort, especially with Jonathan Smith there last year, with coming in, for a full year with the 2019 class of recruiting in state. And so, this isn't going to be an overnight project. This isn't a program that within, 1 year of Jonathan Smith being there was going to be an 8-win, 9-win team and being able to recruit nationally. It was going to be kind of a slow and steady climb, but he's already done a good job getting commitments from guys before the season even started. And then hold on to those guys. He's got some great in-state recruits, but then he's done a good job trickling down into California to get some recruits as well. And so I think that his strategy, his approach, the players that he's targeting, and what I like about what he's done too is you've got the guys that are from the in-state schools. You've got Luke Musgrave from Van, you've got Kelson Hennessy from Plaquemines, but then you go look at the players that he's gotten from commitments from in California. You go to Alex Austin, who's at Long Beach Poly, Evan Bennett from Mater Dei, Ryan Frankie at Oaks Christian. What I like about what he's doing is he's going after players that are at consistent winning programs in California, guys that are used to winning games at the high school level. And I think that there's something that's very important when you're trying to reestablish a program. If you're not able to just bring in a multitude of talent, go get players that are a part of a winning culture, that understand what winning means, what it takes to win, and you go to those top programs out of state, and you try to get players that maybe aren't the marquee player in that program, but are hardworking contributors to a national program like Mater Dei, like Long Beach Poly, like Oaks Christian, because those guys are used to winning, and winning is contagious. And so you bring those guys in, and that gives you a chance to kind of quickly rescue your program because you're bringing in guys that are already going to buy in because they know what it takes to win. So I think he's got a nice blend of in-state talent in this class, but then also getting some players from some key programs out of state.
Brandon Huffman, 247sports.com, hanging out with us. Okay, right now on 247sports.com, Brandon, you guys have Oregon number 4 in the country for the 2019 recruiting class. I mean, you guys have them ranked ahead of Clemson, ahead of Oklahoma, LSU, Michigan, Texas. I mean, what are the deciding factors in this? How is Oregon getting this done and out-recruiting? Heck, they're out-recruiting Notre Dame and Florida State, too. Like, holy shnikes, they're killing it.
Yeah, I think a lot of it, though, you look at part of it is Oregon has done a great job with the recruiting class up to this point, but they've also brought in a lot of recruits up to this point. So, you look at the Oklahoma behind them, the Texas, the Florida State, the Notre Dames, those schools are a good 3, 4, 5 players smaller in their recruiting class than Oregon. So I think, you cannot argue the fact that Oregon's got a top class, and they're probably going to have, at this rate, the top class in the Pac-12. And, oh, by the way, the number one player in the country is going to announce in the earlier part of November, and he just visited Oregon over the weekend and raved about that visit. So their class could be getting stronger. But a lot of these guys are schools that traditionally close well. These are schools that really ramp up their recruiting in November all the way until either the new December signing period or the February traditional signing day. So these are the schools that always end up closing well, but they recruit well throughout the year. But it's much different what their class looks like now compared to what it looks like in February, because there's still a lot of flipping that's going to be going on. And these are the schools that kind of have that ability to go in and say, okay, well, we like Vanderbilt's running back, we like Kentucky's receiver, we like, Miami's tight end, and we like, we'll take Iowa State's offensive tackle, and those might be the marquee player in each of those 4 classes, and now they become the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th guy in a Florida State class or in an Oklahoma class. So those are the schools that they really position themselves to close well every year, but that just means that Oregon's done a fantastic job up until this point, and they're positioned to close well, but they've just done a really good job on the front end of recruiting this year.
Who's the number one player in the country? You mentioned he visited Oregon last weekend, so he saw that fabulous performance against the Dogs. Where's he from? Who else is he looking at? How close is Oregon to getting this guy? Who is he, man?
Yeah, it's Kayvon Thibodeau, who's out of Oaks Christian High School down in Westlake Village. So I mentioned Ryan Frankie out of Oaks Christian, who's committed to Oregon State.
Yeah.
The DN on the opposite side of him is Kayvon Thibodeau. His final 5 has been for a while: Florida, Florida State, Alabama, Oregon, and USC. Not really looking at USC. More likely than not, he leaves Southern California. Already visited Florida State, witnessed their game against Virginia Tech, which was Willie Taggart's debut and was a disaster. Went down to Alabama, I believe, for the Texas A&M game, so I think Alabama won by like 90. But then he visited Oregon this last weekend, and when he said when he left, that was the best game he's ever been to. And this is a kid who's been recruited for 4 years, who's been to USC for games, who's been to the UCLA for games, who's been on a lot of unofficial visits, and Oregon made a huge splash with him. And, one of the things that both Willie Taggart and Mario Cristobal did is they built their staff with good recruiters, good assistant coaches. The coach who's been recruiting him is Keith Hayward, who actually started recruiting Kayvon Thibodeau back when Hayward, this is how long this kid's been a recruit. Hayward recruited him at USC, and that was 3 jobs ago. He was at Louisville after USC, but his freshman year when Thibodeau was a freshman at Sarah High School and Keith Hayward was recruiting him, that was when Hayward was still at USC. That relationship has continued to blossom in those 3 years, and Oregon finds itself in a position to potentially bring in the number one player in the country in the 2019 class.
Unbelievable. Brandon Huffman hanging out with us. Have you noticed coaches telling these recruits, look, if you're not going to sign with us in December on early signing day, then we're not as interested in you, or we might not want you to sign with us in February. If you're going to commit to playing with us, you need to sign on early signing day. Is that kind of what's rolling around the water cooler right now between coaches and recruits?
Nah, that's for depending on the level of the recruit. You could tell that to some kids, and they basically don't get to be picky and choosy when they want to make that decision. A lot of them are basically told, you either sign in December or you sign with somebody else. Okay. We're going to recruit over you. But if you're a top 10, top 20, top 100 type kid, and you don't have a lot of other options at that position, you're going to wait until signing day. If he wants to sign in February, you'll wait till February. So there's some kids that get to control when they sign, and there's other kids that the schools will basically tell them, this is when you're going to sign, or you're going to look elsewhere.
I love it. Brandon, thanks for giving us some time today. I know you're enjoying the journey and recruiting and all this. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to have you on here in a month or two down the road as we get closer to that signing day. I always appreciate the love, Huff.
Thanks, I appreciate it, John. We'll have a good one, man.
Absolutely. Brandon Huffman does an excellent job, National Director of Recruiting for 247 Sports. And just like bringing him on every couple months or so, just kind of checking in. The guy knows more about recruiting than anybody I've ever talked to. I mean, does it professionally. So, yeah, and Oregon is in the mix for the best kid in the country, the Thibodeau kid out of Oaks Christian. Wow, okay. Would that be something? Duck fans, and again, you can look at the rankings. It's just crazy seeing Oregon in recruiting 4 spots ahead of Michigan, 5 spots ahead of Texas. We thought, Willie Taggart, he's the recruiting wizard. He's leaving to Tallahassee. Duck recruiting, sure. It'll suffer a little bit. No. Cristobal's got the 4th class in the country. Taggart's got the 10th. Taggart's having a worse class in tally than he would have had if he would have stayed in Eugene. Now, I don't know if it plays out that way. Like Brandon said signing day is a whole new deal. But as far as commits go, right now, Oregon has, according to 247, they have 14 4-star commits. That's the most. Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. Bama has 19. Okay. So Bama has more than them. That's it. As far as 4-star athletes who are committed, Bama 5 stars are very rare. There's not a lot of 5 stars in the country anyway. Like Bama right now only has 1 5-star. Georgia, shockingly, has 4 5 stars committed. Kirby Smart's recruiting his tail off there in Athens. That's crazy. But anyway, appreciate you, Brandon Huffman, on the All-American Spray Lining and Tint Hotline. Don't forget to get the bed of your truck. Have that spray lined. You'll see the coating. They do such a good job. It will make your truck look better than it ever has. And don't forget about the window tinting. This time, the fall into winter is an excellent time to have your windows tinted. Kowalski, my boy, does a really good job with his pricing, and he does tip-top work. Located on Jefferson, just down the road there from Safeway, down from the ceramics place, the meat place. All-American Spray Lining and Tint. You got to check those guys out. Maybe for a holiday present, you're going to tint your girlfriend or boyfriend or husband and wife's windows for them or something. Call my boy Pete. All-American Spray Lining and Tint. We'll be back.
I'm Bree Troutman with American Family Insurance. Are you currently renting your home or apartment? If so, are your possessions protected? They should be. At American Family Insurance, we offer extremely low rates when it comes to renter's insurance. You'd be surprised how affordable renter's insurance policies are and how quick getting a quote can be. Come see Bev or myself at 109 Depot Street in downtown LeGrand. Make sure your dreams are protected.
American Family Insurance.
Next time you're headed to the Boise area, bring your appetite. Johnny Ballgame here saying, trust me when I tell you that Fat Guy's Fresh Deli in Meridian will change your sandwich-loving life. Just off I-84, the Eagle exit, on your way to Boise, Fat Guy's Fresh Deli has more sandwiches than you can count. Soups, salads, they make fresh daily. And if you mention you're from LeGrand or Baker City, owner Chef Wally will throw in your drink and soup for free. Fat Guy's Fresh Deli in Meridian, Idaho, on your way to Boise.
Reduce the wear and tear on your vehicle at Island City Speed Lube. Their experienced and trusted crew provide the most extensive lubrication maintenance for your dollar with a wide range of synthetic oil alternatives. Extras offered include air vent cleaning, fuel and diesel injection service, plus Eastern Oregon's only nitrogen tire enhancement. Next to Subway and the C&M Country Store, your one-stop maintenance shop, Island City Speed Lube.
And open on Saturdays.
It's time now for Community Calendar Update. The American Legion Post 43 in LeGrand is serving up hamburgers every Tuesday night from 5 to 7 p.m. Stop in for the hamburgers and enjoy live music, too. The public is welcome to come down to 301 Fur Street in LeGrand each week to participate. If you or someone you know is struggling with alcohol, there are many Alcoholics Anonymous meetings in our area. To learn more about upcoming meetings or to speak with someone in Alcoholics Anonymous, visit OregonAADistrict29.org. The Meals on Wheels program in Union County is in need of volunteers to deliver meals to seniors at their homes. The time investment is only about 2 hours per week. If you're interested in helping out, stop by Community Connection of Union County office at 1504 North Albany Street in LeGrand or call 541-963-7532. This community calendar update is brought to you by Claudson Sew & Soak. Hot tub sales and service for over 30 years. Great tubs, great deals, and ultimate relaxation.
Welcome back. Johnny Ballgame Show, Bench Warmers Pub and Grill. Looking for a holiday gift? Look no further local musician, owner, operator at LeGrand Stereo Music, Mike Mallory, has authored a book, and you should buy it. It's not expensive at all, and it'd be a great gift for a parent, a grandparent in your life. It's titled A View from the Hot Tub, Conversations with My Grandson. Go to Amazon.com or wherever you can buy books online. Go to Amazon and type in A View from the Hot Tub, order that sucker, and be a lot of fun. I don't know where I go for my big game of the night. Like, this is a tough one. I actually have to pick. Like, think about this. Like, what game, if you could only watch one game tonight? I mean, some of you are probably saying, sorry, dude, I know it's opening night, but I'm watching the Blazers. I'm watching LeBron in the Moda Center tonight, debuting for the Lakers. I mean, we're airing that game, by the way, which is sweet. For me, and I know, call me stinking silly boy, stupid idiot guy. But, dude, I'm excited for the NFL game. And the reason I am is because Thursday nights have been terrific so far, haven't they? I mean, Thursday nights have been amazing. Last week wasn't tremendous, don't get me wrong, Philly versus the Giants. But I'm looking at two teams that are absolutely desperate tonight. Arizona's 1-5. I mean, they're not going anywhere. In fact, right now they have like a 30% chance to have the first overall pick next year. And the Broncos, who maybe thought they were on to a decent season when they started this thing 2-0, they've lost 4 straight games. And John Elway's going to Autzen Stadium to look at the Oregon Duck quarterback on a Saturday afternoon. I mean, that's a desperate team tonight in Denver. So I'm excited about that. But then, I mean, are you kidding me? The Red Sox might be celebrating in the Astros visitors locker room tonight a, 4th trip to the World Series since 2004? They went 2004, they went 2008, they went in 2013, and now here in 2018? Is that what it is? I mean, think about that. I mean, they are another possible trip to the World Series for the Red Sox. And like I said, you can peek in on Stanford at Arizona State if you're really geeky with your Pac-12. Just a lot going on. I'm going to go football number 1, and I'm going to go Blazers number 2. I want to see that tonight too. I do. I'm going to go NFL 1, Blazers number 2, baseball playoffs number 3. And then there's other NBA games on as well. Like, I don't know if you get NBA League Pass. Like, League Pass is free all week. That's always kind of cool. Yeah, just a great stinking Thursday night. I love it. Ballgame show brought to you by Benchwarmers Pub and Grill. Here's the news.
Eastern Oregon's home for news, talk, weather, and sports. This is KLBM LeGrand and KBKR Baker City. Super Talk Radio, the talk of Eastern Oregon.
More time to investigate heated squabble. I'm Barbara Cusack. President Trump said it certainly looks as though Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi is dead. The top U.S. diplomat Mike Pompeo advised Trump to give Saudi Arabia more time to investigate the journalist's disappearance after entering the Saudi consulate in Istanbul 2 weeks ago. Trump told reporters at Joint Base Andrews,
"We're waiting for the results of about 3 different investigations, and we should be able to get to the bottom fairly soon."
Some lawmakers say President Trump was more directly involved in canceling plans to sell the FBI headquarters in Washington than previously thought.
House Democrats say they have new documents that suggest the more expensive plan to rebuild the FBI headquarters in Washington, D.C. rather than relocate to the suburbs was approved during an Oval Office meeting in January with the president and top officials from the General Services Administration. The GSA had long debated whether to demolish the FBI's aging J. Edgar Hoover building and let a commercial developer come in and build something new. Critics claim the president wanted to prevent a commercial developer from building a property that could compete with his Trump hotel across the street. Linda Kenyon, Capitol Hill.
White House Chief of Staff John Kelly and National Security Advisor John Bolton reportedly got into a heated argument over a recent surge in border crossings into the U.S. Correspondent Caitlin Collins says one source told her a resignation could follow.
They didn't think that would be from John Bolton, the National Security Advisor, who continued on with his meetings per normal today, but from John Kelly.
Subpoenas were served in several Pennsylvania Roman Catholic dioceses as the Justice Department launched a federal investigation into child sex abuse by predatory priests. These subpoenas follow a state grand jury report in August that detailed hundreds of allegations of child sex abuse in the church. I'm Barbara Cusack.
Attention, Medicare Fall Open Enrollment is now. Are you getting the most out of your Medicare plan? Are you sure? Many people with Medicare are eligible for plans that include extra benefits in addition to those found in original Medicare. Benefits like dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage. Call now 1-800-589-3075. Medicare Fall Open Enrollment is now. The consultation is free and there's no obligation to enroll. In addition to hospital and medical coverage at no extra cost, you can also get coverage for prescription drugs, dental, hearing, vision, and more. In many areas, plans with benefits are available with $0 copays for many services, $0 monthly premiums, or $0 deductibles. That's hospital, medical, prescription drug, dental coverage, and more included in one plan with premiums that may be as low as $0 a month. Call now, don't miss this deadline. The consultation is free and there's no obligation to enroll. Call 1-800-589-3075 to speak with a licensed insurance agent. That's 1-800-589-3075. Hours of operation Monday through Friday, 8 to 8 Eastern Time. Sponsored by
It's time now for your LeGrand Ride weather forecast. In LeGrand tonight, a low of 37 degrees with mostly clear skies. For tomorrow, a high near 67 degrees with plenty of sunshine throughout the day. In Baker City tonight, mostly clear conditions with a low near 33 degrees. And for tomorrow, plenty of sunshine with a high near 70. This weather forecast is brought to you by
Grand Ronde Hospital. For more than a century, our goal has been to help you get better so you can get back in the game and on with life.
Grand Ronde Hospital. Big city medicine with a hometown touch.
I'm Jamie McLeod-Skinner, and I approve this message because you matter. When I talk about healthcare, I talk about everyone having access to a full range of physical and mental health care. Access is important because you need to be close to your doctor and you need to be able to afford it. I'm running for Congress because we should secure healthcare for people, not the pharmaceutical industry. I'm Jamie McLeod-Skinner, and I'll show you what working for us really means.
Life insurance is one of those subjects that make people want to change the subject rather than admit they probably don't have enough. That's why State Farm agent Nate Conklin focuses on how the benefits of life insurance actually live on by asking people to think in terms of life without having to sell the house, insurance, or life without having to give up college. Find out how the benefits of life insurance can live on for your family. Call State Farm agent Nate Conklin in LeGrand at 541-963-0929 and put the life back in life insurance.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care. I ever get back, so let's root for the home team. They don't win, it's a shame. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
The Johnny Ball.
Appreciate everybody following the show. We'll open up the hotline this hour. We can take calls, read emails, and text messages. Absolutely. Hour number 2 officially underway. Brought to you by Benchwarmers Pub and Grill. These are one of those fun nights down at Benchwarmers. You know, on one TV, you'll have the NFL game. On another TV, you'll have the Blazers opening their season against the LeBron and the Lakers. On another TV, you'll have the Red Sox and the Astros. I mean, more than you know what to do with tonight on your Thursday night sports schedule. I don't think I'm doing anything this weekend, too, which is terrific for me. I mean, what is it, 3 weekends in a row I've hit the road, been out of town? Feels like I'm just out of town every stinking weekend because I have been. So there's nothing better. And I know sometimes that makes some of my listeners, they text me and email me like, you know what? They get so jealous because I can like do nothing in a weekend. Sometimes, honestly, as bad as it gets, I'll go to the store. I'll go grocery shopping and like stock up on a Friday night so I don't have to go anywhere throughout the weekend. So I can just lay around in my Calvin Klein bathrobe, watch about 13 hours of college football on Saturday, about 13 hours of football on Sunday. Cook a decent dinner on a Saturday night. Man, I don't know, nothing decent for me, like spaghetti and meatballs, something easy that I can't mess up too bad in the kitchen. And I'll just have a staycation weekend. I won't leave the house sometimes. I usually do that. This year's been different, though. This year I was like, you know what? I'm going to get out. I'm going to go do stuff more. I can get press passes for these games. I'm going to use them. I'm going to go to Autzen a couple times, which I've been now. I'm going to get to Reeser and see the Beavers, which I've done. I'm going to get to a Seahawks game, which I've done. Next weekend, I'm going to watch my alma mater, the Idaho Vandals, play against Eastern Washington up in Cheney. I'm going to do that next weekend, see my Vandals. I have tickets to, I believe, another hot game at some point. I can't wait, man. And then basketball season, I definitely plan on getting to a couple of Blazer games. I'd love to get to a Beavers or Ducks basketball game. Ducks got a good basketball squad this year. They have Manute Bol's son on their team. Remember some of my old school listeners? Remember Manute Bol? Comes into the league at like 7'7", was on the same team as Muggsy Bogues, who was 5'3", I should say. I thought that was funny. Like at one time, they were the Bullets then. The Washington Bullets had the tallest player in NBA history and the shortest player on NBA history on the same team. That's pretty funny there. But yeah, the Ducks have Manute Bol's kid, and he's supposed to be a one and done. So I want to go see some of those games too. Just getting out and doing some stuff. I might try to head down to San Diego for a weekend in November. So I'm just going to try to stay busy. Again, I'm single. I got no wife. I got no life. I'm just a dude with a cat. I don't need to lay around like a slug all weekend and just watch football. There's other things that I can do to have a good time with it. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Goss Motors inbox. Appreciate everybody emailing the show, JohnnyBallGameShow@gmail.com. Johnny, what are Oregon's realistic chances to make the college football playoff? They would become the first Pac-12 team to reach 2 CFPs. Yes, they would, and I appreciate the email. Well, they have to win out, right? I mean, isn't that where it is for the Ducks? If they're going to reach the CFP, they got to win out. I think they have, 6 games left on their schedule? Well, they need to win all 6. You're not going to make the CFP from the Pac-12 with 2 losses. Trust me on that. It's tough to make the CFP from the Pac-12 with 1 loss, and they already have that loss. Again, that stinker to Stanford. Never should have happened. The Ducks realistically right now should be the 4th or 5th team in the country, right there. Nonetheless, they're 12th, and they need to win out because there's a lot of teams they have to pass. Realistically, probably not very realistic, to be honest. Realistically speaking, they have a slim chance to reach the CFP. But you can still go to a bowl game like the Rose Bowl, the Fiesta Bowl. You can still get to a big New Year's 6-day bowl game. I mean, that's a pretty stinking good way to introduce the Mario Cristobal era of Duck football. He says this is his first year as the coach there. And they're right in the mix with the 6-1 record, 5-1 record, I should say, to win the division. Now, they don't play USC, which helps Oregon. However, if they do reach the Pac-12 championship game, in my opinion, USC will be the opponent waiting for them. So you'll still get that on your belt if you're good enough to get that situation going, right? If you're good enough to qualify, you can get that notch on your belt by saying, hey, we beat USC too. Like in the ultimate world, you're going to want Clemson to lose to, let's say, NC State this week. You're going to want, Bama and Georgia will play each other. Georgia beats Bama, then they both have a loss. Maybe Florida will beat Georgia in a couple of weeks. Maybe West Virginia will beat Texas in a couple of weeks. Michigan will beat Ohio State. Maybe USC will beat Notre Dame at the end of the season. I mean, there are so many games that still have to be played. Heck, Michigan plays a tough Michigan State team this weekend. That might be the second loss for Harbaugh and the Wolverines. Right now, it's just one big cluster of one loss and undefeated teams that still needs to kind of get evened out a little bit. That's why for me, if this was an 8-team tournament which I would love for that to be the case with. I will say, though, if it was an 8-team tournament, there wouldn't be this much conversation where only 4 teams get in. It does beef up the conversation. I mean, if there's 8 teams getting into the tournament, you're thinking if you're a Duck fan, no, yeah, we'll get a pretty good chance to get in. I don't think they have a pretty good chance to get in on a 4-team tournament. That's a tough one for me. Because I think teams like Notre Dame, who are undefeated right now, because they're Notre Dame, I think they have a loss in their back pocket. I think Notre Dame could lose to USC and still end up getting into the CFP with 11-1 record. I don't think it's lose and you're out of this thing for Notre Dame. And I know it's not for Alabama or Ohio State. Look, most of the time, go back and look at the history, the brief history of the college football playoff. This is the 5th year of it. Most of the time, teams have losses going into that thing. Most of the time, yeah, you're not undefeated. That's typically the case. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But the Ducks, fortunately for them, hey, yeah, they put themselves in a position, the Ducks did, to maybe make a run. Not only at the CFP, but a really big bowl game, which is awesome just as well. If you're driving in your car now, be safe when you can. Look at the top left corner of your windshield. You due for an oil change? Well, if you are, get on out to Island City Speed Lube. Go see Brock and his NBA-loving team that works there. Pretty good chance you'll get some Blazer talk if you swing by there. They're quick. They get free coffee and popcorn offered to you while waiting in the break room. You won't wait long. Many other services, fuel, diesel injection services. I heard theirs are the best price in town on the diesel injection. So Island City Speed Lube out there by the C&M Country Store. I got playing percentages. Email or text me something you think could happen in sports, and I'm going to put a percentage behind it. Floyd Mayweather fighting Khabib. What's the percentage that happens? What would be the percentage that Khabib beats Floyd Mayweather in the ring? The below. So let's get those up, serve them up. We're going to do that. We come back. We also have Kevin McGuire this hour. NBC Sports college football talk writer comes on every Thursday to help us preview big games of the weekend. And there's some real big games this weekend. So really excited about that. Johnny Ballgame Show, Benchwarmers Pub and Grill.
I'm Wes Williams, and I'm running for judge in Union and Wallowa counties after 22 years of protecting the constitutional rights of Eastern Oregonians. Whether they were a victim of crime, a rancher or a farmer protecting their land, a small business owner, a juvenile, or someone accused of a crime, I have fought for the rights of the citizens of our community. Look for your ballot by next Monday, the 22nd, and vote Wes Williams for judge, because you deserve to know your constitutional rights will be protected. I'm Wes Williams, and I approve this message.
Knee-High Enterprises in Baker City provides options for you and services that you might not even realize. How about new doors or windows for your home or business? You'll save a ton on energy costs. How about vinyl signs or banners for an event you have, or putting your business logo on a vehicle? Knee-High Enterprises in Baker City does all of that and more throughout the entire valley. New garage door openers and installation service. They're the best. Open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Knee-High Enterprises. Big enough for the big jobs, small enough to care.
When quality matters, you can count on Grumpy's Auto Repair in Baker City. Right off I-84 on H Street, Grumpy's has been nursing vehicles in the Baker City area back to health since 2004. Grumpy's uses state-of-the-art technology and hires the hardest-working, most professionally trained technicians in the area. They treat every vehicle as if it were their own, and know dependability and safety are paramount to each customer. Grumpy's Repair in Baker City, just off I-84.
Hello, I'm Rob Cashel, Commissioner of the Cascade Collegiate Conference. We have a total of 14 sports in the conference with over 3,000 dedicated student athletes participating every year. Annually, the Cascade Conference produces All-Americans both on the field, on the court, or inside the classroom. Academics has always been a primary focus of the conference, and we're darn proud to have some of the most successful student athletes in all of college athletics. Visit CascadeConference.org and follow the conference inside and out.
Ace Hardware is the helpful place with Fix It Fest Saturday, October 20th. Keep your home safe with first alert demos on smoke and carbon monoxide detectors and fire extinguishers. Time for a chemical-free clean with an e-cloth demonstration and 20% off savings on the products. Experience easy plumbing solutions with the patented Shark Bite plumbing fittings. Bring the family to Fix It Fest. Live demos, free barbecue, giveaways, and the local fire department will be on hand. Fix It Fest October 20th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at your local Ace Hardwares in LeGrand and Baker City.
Paisano's Pizza in Baker City simply makes the best pizza in Eastern Oregon. And it's not even close. Paisano's uses New York-style dough. Their sauce is made with real Roma tomatoes and a house blend of spices. They also use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and Tillamook cheddar. Heck, they even have vegan and gluten-free options too. With those ingredients, you can taste the difference. Paisano's also has toasted subs, giant stromboli, salads, apps, beer, and wine. Go eat there. Paisano's Pizza, the biggest around.
All right, we'll get the percentages going here. Now, remember, on Thursdays, we get you out a little early. We air a new program, the Lindy's Football Report. Great college football program we air on Thursdays after this show, and then early morning on Saturday on this station, Super Talk, at about 4:30. You hunting and fishing crowd, and you real early risers get a nice football treat there every Saturday morning. But we'll air it tonight at about 5:30 to get you out of here. Emails and text messages. I love you guys. They're coming in. We got some good stuff to play with here on the percentages. So let's get this sucker going. Let's have some fun. Brought to you today by Kurt's RV Service and Repair. Let's play the percentages. Ballgame show. First up, and gosh, how do I go against this? Jeez. Johnny, what's the percentage that Patrick Mahomes will win NFL MVP this season? Look, it would be, for me, the most, I don't know, I'll use a baseball reference on a football deal, the most out of left field MVP winner the league has had in about 20 years. Since Kurt Warner won the award with the St. Louis Rams in 1999, where a dude came out, won league MVP, and nobody saw it coming. I mean, people liked Mahomes. I liked Mahomes, but I wasn't going to get him an MVP talk. Look, I'll give Patrick Mahomes a 31% chance to win league MVP. And maybe the only player I'd give that good a chance to win league MVP would be like the likes of, Tom Brady, Drew Brees. Maybe one of the dudes on the Rams, whether it be Gurley or Goff. I mean, to me, that's the race right now. I mean, the only running back in the convo is Gurley. There's no wide receiver in the MVP talk. There's no defensive player in MVP talk. It's Patrick Mahomes, it's Tom Brady, it's Drew Brees, Todd Gurley, maybe Goff. And yes, this is the music from Beverly Hills Cop. I get it. Everybody's texting that in. I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys liking my nerdy little music that we play during these nerdy little games. Yeah, Axel Foley. We're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. I love it. Go back and watch Beverly Hills Cop next time you see that on. Or buy it on Amazon for $1. You'll laugh, dude. You'll laugh. Very talented guy, Eddie Murphy, one of my favorites. Next up, Johnny, the Blazers will make the playoffs. I'm going to say 44%. Yeah, less than 50. I don't think they will. I get it. Most of the team is back. You lost Ed Davis. You lost Shabazz Napier. You lost Pat Connaughton. I mean, rotational guys. Ed Davis will hurt. You're going to need Zach Collins to play mega minutes this year, something he's never done. He didn't play mega minutes in college. He was in foul trouble often there in Gonzaga. It'll be interesting, but they're going to need, they're going to need big minutes out of Collins this year. Swanigan maybe a little bit too. 44%. I don't think the Blazers will make the playoffs. I'll be down on that one. You still catch all the action right here on Super Talk Radio. They'll be competitive, don't get me wrong. But making the playoffs in the West, I don't know, dude. Next one, Johnny LeBron. What's the percentage LeBron will record a triple-double tonight? Oh, dude. Is Bronny going to triple-dub up at Moda Center on an opening night? I'll say 17%. I don't think he's going to do it. Look, it's game one, right? I mean, unless it's a back-and-forth close game and, like, Luke Walton channels his inner Tyronn Lue and just can't help himself but to keep LeBron on the court as much as possible. I mean, that's what's crazy. Last year he was in was it 15? And he led the league in minutes? Look, Kareem wasn't leading the league in minutes when he was 37. Right? I don't think Michael was leading the league in minutes when he was deep into his career, either at Chicago or certainly with the stinking Wizards. LeBron's one of the old guys in the league now. He shouldn't be leading the league in minutes. He shouldn't lead his team in minutes. The Lakers got like 4 players under the age of like 23. They're a bunch of kids. Yeah, dude. I don't think he's going to get a triple-double tonight. He shouldn't play more than 32 minutes. Honestly. Come on, what else? Johnny, a Pac-12 team will make the CFP. Well, the only chance a team has is what? If Oregon wins out? If Washington State wins out? I mean, gosh, USC already has 2 losses. But if they won out and got a ton of help, I'll tell you this. Chances the Pac-12 gets to the CFP, I'm going to go 6%. I don't think it's going to happen. 6%. Hey, you're playing for the Rose Bowl this year. Typically, that'd be okay. You're playing for the Rose Bowl. What about this one? Johnny. This is towards me. Johnny Ballgame will have the NFL game on his main TV tonight. What's the percentage? Well, I got 3 TVs in my room, So I pick and choose. One of them's like a mega-sized TV. The other is a little smaller. So I have my center court, my main TV, the main event. And, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to have the Cardinals-Bronco NFL game on that. And if the Blazer game gets juicy, I might switch. And I'll have the baseball game on another one, too. That's my lineup tonight. I get home, I turn on the NFL game on the main TV. I'll have the baseball game on one of the other TVs. And I'll have, Stanford, Arizona State, if that's on yet. Or I'll go to another NBA game. We got free league pass right now. Everybody's got all the NBA games. So I'll go to a free NBA game there. I don't know. I have a lot of options, and I love it. It's a great sports night. Really good sports night. There's another one towards me. Johnny Ballgame will wake up at 6 a.m. on a Saturday to watch ESPN College Game Day from Pullman. Honestly, dude, this is like 98%. Yes, 6 a.m. and you can make fun of me. You sleep until 8:30. I mean, you guys make fun of me for that. I do. That's when I wake up in the morning, 8:30. I need to be at work at 9. Sorry, dude. I'm here till 6 every night. But no, I'm not waking up at 5:45 when I don't have to be to work until 9. And on Saturday, I will tell you this, just to see the scene from Game Day, I hope I don't fall back asleep 5 minutes later. But no, typically on Saturday mornings with College Game Day, I'll set my alarm for 6 a.m. I wake up there in bed, I find the remote, I turn it on, and 2 minutes later, I'm sleeping again. But I'm going to try to do that this year. That's just going to be a mega scene. I can't wait to see how Pullman treats College Game Day and that show being on the campus of Washington State University. That's going to be a fun deal. Really fun. A couple other ones. The Dodgers will host the Red Sox in the World Series. Well, the Dodgers are up 3-2. The Red Sox are up 3-1. I'll say 67%. I'll give it 2/3. 67% we will get, and I think it's the first matchup ever. Old school guy, maybe you can let me know. But I never remember the Dodgers playing the Red Sox in a World Series. I mean, before, when you got to go like the Dem Bums days in Brooklyn, I mean, were the Red Sox any good then? I mean, I remember it was Dodgers-Yankees all the time in like the 40s and 50s. Was it ever Dodgers-Red Sox? I don't think they've ever played in a World Series, dude. I mean, 2 mega coastal markets. Oh, those ratings will be huge, dude. LA, Boston, Dodgers, Red Sox in a World Series? Hey, I'm all for the underdog, and Brewers Astros might be kind of fun. But, I mean, if you want the powers playing, you want the mega powers, don't you want Dodgers, Red Sox? If you're not rooting for any of these teams, if you don't have a dog in the fight or a horse in the race, makes sense to me. One more. Johnny, a rookie quarterback will play in the Pro Bowl this year. What's the percentage? Well, I mean, maybe it'll be like 4 or 5 players don't want to play in the game, so they decline the invite. So they just go down the list of alternates. I remember Jameis Winston played in the Pro Bowl as a rookie because like 5 quarterbacks ahead of him said no thank you. So I guess it would be Darnold, right? It would be, I mean, Baker Mayfield, Pro Bowler? I'm not seeing that. It's not going to be Rosen. It's not going to be Josh Allen. It'll be Sam Darnold. I'm going to say this is low. I'm going to say 4%. A rookie quarterback will play in the Pro Bowl. Now remember, Patrick Mahomes isn't a rookie. He started a game last year. That's the percentages, and they're brought to you by Kurt's RV Service and Repair, where it is time for winterization. Felinda Loop, Buchanan Lane, Island City, Kurt's RV Service and Repair. What's up, Rod, my man? Rod's listening to this show right now, working on an RV, probably messing it up, huh, Kurt? Just kidding. Ha! Just messing with my boy Rod over there. They know what they're doing, I'm telling you. And you shouldn't take your RV, camper, trailer, you name it. You shouldn't take it anywhere else. Kurt's RV Service and Repair. We'll be back. Kevin McGuire with NBC, talking some college football.
It's time now for your LeGrand Ride weather forecast. In LeGrand tonight, a low of 37 degrees with mostly clear skies. For tomorrow, a high near 67 degrees with plenty of sunshine throughout the day. In Baker City tonight, mostly clear conditions with a low near 33 degrees. And for tomorrow, plenty of sunshine with a high near 70. This weather forecast is brought to you by LeGrand Ride, regional leaders in outdoor recreation and weather. For extensive, accurate information about trails, snow, and everything weather-related, visit legrandride.com.
You've been there, right? You put on that jacket you haven't worn in like 6 months. Reach into the pocket and find a McCafe brewed coffee. Well, not really, but there is a crumpled old dollar in there. And on McDonald's $1, $2, $3 menu, that's the price of any size McCafe brewed coffee or a savory sausage biscuit. Oh, and check the other pocket, too. Could be a tasty sausage McMuffin in there. Find more $1 breakfast favorites on the $1, $2, $3 menu at McDonald's. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Tax extra.
Better quality of life for the rest of your life. Hi, this is David Ebel, physical therapist at Mountain Valley Therapy. Physical therapy is a treatment that is less invasive and significantly more cost-effective than most traditional care options. Physical therapy's focus is on improving function and reducing pain long-term. Let us be your physical therapist. Mountain Valley Therapy, your physical therapy clinic. Better quality of life for the rest of your life. Call us for your free consultation, 962-0830.
Paul would still be alive today if he had not spent that time in Vietnam. When he died, his claim was still open. I had been working on it for 5 months, but Paul had been working on it for 5 years. I don't think the benefits would have been paid if Greg Walden hadn't gotten involved. I'm sure of it. What he did for me is something that can never be replaced. It makes me feel good to know that the time that Paul spent in the service was acknowledged. And that's because Greg went to bat for us. Greg Walden is one of the good ones.
I'm Greg Walden, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Walden for Congress, Inc.
MJ Goss Motors has been your community-minded local auto dealership for almost 100 years. There's a reason Goss Motors has been one of the most successful businesses in the history of Eastern Oregon. Goss Motors supports local businesses and makes sure you're taken care of. They have a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Goss Motors, your Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealer, complete with the GM-certified service department, and you get a free car wash with every type of service. Community-minded, MJ Goss Motors in downtown LeGrand since 1922.
It's time now for Community Calendar Update. If you or someone you know is struggling with alcohol, there are many Alcoholics Anonymous meetings in our area. To learn more about upcoming meetings or to speak with someone in Alcoholics Anonymous, visit OregonAADistrict29.org. The Cook Memorial Library's Literacy Center is open Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays in LeGrand. From 1:30 to 5 p.m., devoted volunteers assist any individual that needs help in all areas of reading, writing, and speaking. There are opportunities to connect with reading partners, develop reading and language skills, and even help with homework for students. This is a perfect opportunity for all ages to receive free help in these literacy skills, or even for someone you care for. Stop by the Cook Memorial Library on 4th Street in LeGrand for more information, or call 541-962-1339. This community calendar update is brought to you by Avista, your partners in safety. If you smell gas, get out fast. Avista, they just want you to be safe.
More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 101,000 here in Oregon. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline. Skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens. This message presented by the Oregon School Activities Association and the Oregon Athletic Directors Association.
All right, welcome back. Johnny Ballgame Show, Benchwarmers Pub and Grill, one of my favorite segments every week. I know I say that often, but I mean it often. Kevin McGuire, NBC Sports, college football talk writer. He also hosts the No 2-Minute Warning podcast, very popular. Get to wherever podcasts you are going. Make sure you get that one on your list. Again, that's No 2-Minute Warning. And he's with us right now to preview the upcoming week and just talk about things surrounding the college football water cooler. Welcome, Kevin McGuire. You got a decent little Pac-12 match up there tonight, don't you?
Yeah, we do, and I'm actually looking forward to that one. Very curious to see what's going to happen here with Stanford and Arizona State, because I think Stanford Not going to count them out of anything right now. They're still in a pretty decent spot. Now owning a head-to-head win against Oregon under their belt, that could come back and be pretty important later on down the line. But obviously they got to beat Arizona State on the road tonight, so very interested to see how Herm Edwards has the Sun Devils ready to go tonight.
Kevin, there's still investigations going on with the University of Maryland and everything that went on. What was a very difficult summer for them. Their coach, DJ Durkin, his status still remains uncertain. He's still away from the program. I'm kind of surprised that they haven't just already promoted Matt Canada and lifted the interim. What do you know on this? Like, in your opinion, at Maryland, does DJ Durkin have a legitimate opportunity to actually get this gig back?
I still would be very surprised if he does return as a head coach of this program, but I am very curious to see exactly what this investigation into the football culture allegations made against this program are going to reveal, because I feel like the fact that he is still on a suspension or administrative leave, whatever you want to call it, tells me that they're leaving the door open to bring him back. But it also could just be illegality. They just got to protect themselves, and they don't want to make any decisions before they have all the evidence that they need to back up their claim. And that could be a very ugly situation. Not to say that it's not already an ugly situation, but I think in terms of making a coaching change, that stuff can get pretty messy if we've known anything from throughout the years. So you got to be very careful with making your decision. The bottom line is, if you're Maryland and you do make the coaching change, you better be prepared to back it up, or vice versa. If you're going to keep him, you better have all the evidence to back up a reasoning why you're keeping him.
Kevin McGuire, NBC Sports, hanging out with us here on the All-American Spray Lining and Tint Hotline. Let's do what we do, Kevin. Just kind of go around the country previewing some very big games this weekend, starting in East Lansing, Spartan Stadium. This is such a fun one. Michigan at Michigan State. Looks like Michigan State's kind of gotten its act together a little bit after a slow start this season. They're playing their best ball of the year, and Michigan, as you know, wow, I mean, just that one loss on Labor Day weekend, they haven't lost since. You got to love this one, following the Big Ten like you do, Michigan and Michigan State.
Yeah, I think certainly if you like defense, I think this is going to be a fun game to watch, because I think it's a low-scoring defensive slobber knocker, as they say, because you've got Michigan State, who is one of the Big Ten's best teams against the run, and that's something that Michigan does like to thrive on when they're on offense. So I'm very curious to see how that goes. I think the X factor here for Michigan is just Shea Patterson continuing to get more and more comfortable running the offense, and even taking off and doing some things, making some plays with his feet when he needs to. So that just makes Michigan a little bit more dangerous as the season goes along. It looks like they're getting stronger a little bit as the weeks go by. Big win for them last week against Wisconsin, and but Michigan State is giving them some problems. So I'm very curious how this one goes. I do think Michigan pulls this one out though, and just continues this winning streak, which would, I guess, hit 7 games since the losing to Notre Dame, which doesn't look like that all bad of a loss right now either.
No, the Notre Dame loss looks like one of the best losses the team's had in the country. That game was close, and has the difference been at quarterback? I mean, is that why maybe this Michigan team has had more success than the past couple years with Harbaugh, where he wasn't exactly able to hit on that position? In your opinion, Shea Patterson, the Ole Miss transfer, how big of a hit has he been at Michigan at quarterback?
I still think there's some room for improvement for him, but like I said, he's getting better, I think, as the season goes along, and I think that's just a comfort factor. The fact that he's able to handle more, he's getting more comfortable playing with these guys, and I think that's huge for Michigan. And I think going into the season, that was kind of the biggest question mark for them, because you knew their defense was going to be good, and you knew that a Jim Harbaugh team was going to be able to run the ball, which again they have done very well. Karen Higdon is he's putting up a monster yards on the ground, but Shea Patterson was the wild card, and I think he's certainly the most capable and the most trustworthy quarterback that Michigan has had, certainly under Jim Harbaugh. So I think that's a big reason why you're seeing Michigan continue to string together some games. Kevin,
let's put a little bit of time here. Neyland Stadium, Knoxville, Tennessee. I've been to a game there once. It's a heck of an atmosphere. And what is it, the third Saturday in October every year, Tennessee and Bama play each other. This is a 30-point spread now, and it's like that every year. Kind of a bummer, Kev, that Tennessee hasn't been able to live up to its end of the bargain on this thing. Alabama versus Tennessee is really no longer even a thing, is it?
No, Alabama versus anybody doesn't really seem like as much of a thing right now. There's only a small handful of teams that are going to give them a run here this year, and Tennessee, I don't think is going to be one of those teams. Maybe Jeremy Pruitt surprised me a little bit, but we know Nick Saban is undefeated against his former assistants. I don't see that trend changing anytime soon, and I think the biggest question for Alabama is Tua going to be available? Is he healthy, and how healthy is he? And will it matter? Because ultimately, I don't think it matters who plays quarterback here. If it's Jalen Hurts, so be it. I think Alabama wins this one comfortably.
Yeah, Jalen will have a lot of motivation there if he's able to get a whole game and just play. Oh man, he'll want to do as much as Tua's doing. He's going to want to put a lot of points on the board. This is kind of interesting. Memorial Stadium, Clemson, South Carolina. Two undefeated teams. I know Game Day was considering going there. We'll talk about that a little later in Pullman. But NC State at Clemson, there's a quarterback there, and Ryan Finley, a Boise State transfer that I remember covering. And I'm kind of surprised Clemson's a 17.5-point favorite in this. Two undefeated teams. That seems like a pretty big spread, Kevy.
Yeah, and especially the last 2 years that these teams have played, it's only been a touchdown game. As good as Clemson has been, NC State has given them a good challenge here. They can't avoid making the mistakes that are going to be taken advantage of by Clemson, and that's what I think the biggest thing here is. I think this game's going to be closer than a spread just because I feel like Ryan Finley is very experienced. He's not going to back down from this. He just needs some help around him, and I think that's the biggest thing. We don't really know a whole lot about this NC State team. It would have been nice if they got a chance to play West Virginia earlier this year, but that game was washed out with a storm early in the year.
Forgot about that.
So they haven't exactly played a real challenging schedule. This will clearly be their biggest litmus test, but even if they lose, I think NC State's going to be competitive here, and I think that they give Clemson another run.
LSU surprised you last week, not just beating Georgia, but kind of the way they did, Kevin. They got another home game. This one's a little later in the day. Mississippi State comes in, and I think you remember the game last year in Starkville. Mississippi State absolutely embarrassed LSU like they have never embarrassed LSU before. Any chance maybe for an LSU letdown? Mississippi State's got a good squad this year. Are you expecting a close one? Mississippi State at LSU.
Yeah, I think this one will be a little bit closer. And I think LSU's going to win this game, but I do think that it's not going to be a blowout or anything like that. It's certainly not going to be quite the same dominant blowout we saw last week against Georgia, which was surprising. I think both these teams play some really good defense. I think that's what levels the field. Not that Georgia didn't, of course, but I think Mississippi State coming in, the offense is still kind of trying to find themselves, I think. I thought that Joe Moorhead transition with Nick Fitzgerald was going to go a little smoother. That hasn't exactly been the case. I know they had the nice win their last time out against Auburn, but I still think there's some room for improvement. And I'm very curious to see if they can do that on the road against LSU, because I don't think LSU is losing too many games here. So this LSU team's looking pretty decent right now.
I'm a little surprised by this one in West Lafayette. One of my listeners told me I was crazy for liking the -13, but I do. Ohio State at Purdue, Buckeyes laying 13 points, and just kind of odd. Like, Purdue really, since the Joe Tiller era, Kevy, has just had a hard time of keeping up with the big boys in the Big Ten, and often are just a bottom feeder now. This is a big one, obviously, with the Buckeyes coming in. That spread seems to me to be a little small. What do you think?
You know what? I think it's probably about. I think Ohio State actually is going to cover that spread. But I don't think you're crazy here, because if you look at the way that Purdue's been playing, the first 3 games of the season they all lost, but they were by last second plays. They were real close, tough losses for them. And then all of a sudden they've just gotten on a hot streak with their offense where they almost can do no wrong. This is a big challenge though, because Ohio State's coming in. I do think Ohio State's defense can be vulnerable, and it's not just because they don't have Nick Bosa anymore. I just feel like if you can make some plays through the air, you can find some holes in that Ohio State defense. So I think that Purdue can make some things happen here, and they make this a little bit interesting in the second half. Second half, though, is where Ohio State's going to turn it up, and that's where you'll see the separation and the depth and the athleticism that Ohio State has that Purdue just doesn't have right now.
Hey, how about a Buffalo upset? Colorado at Washington. Two teams coming off very disappointing losses last week, Kevin. A 17-point spread in favor of the Dogs. Gosh, that's a high spread here. Maybe an outright upset. What do you think, Colorado or Washington, Kev?
I'm not going outright upset, but I think that spread's a little wide.
Yeah.
I do think Colorado is much more respectable of a team than that spread is indicating. I guess it's just because they're going on the road, and we know that Washington, when they play their A game, they're really tough to beat. And I just don't know if you can trust Washington to do that. I mean, I think they've only done it really once this year, and that was against BYU, where they were just completely dominant. They played a lot of close games this year.
Good point.
Both ways. So I would not be shocked if Colorado was hanging around and making this a little bit competitive. I do think Washington wins that one, though, but I think that spread is way too big.
I'm going to save the final one there. Gosh, it's going to be so fun in Pullman. I mean, they were lining up on the streets, Kevin, applauding the game day buses as they rolled through town. You know the history with that show in that school with the flag, Old Crimson flying at every single one. Apparently there's going to be like 1,000 flags in the audience. That's going to be an insane scene. I'd like your thoughts on that. And then can that scene transfer over into Martin Stadium and the Cougars get out of there with a win, hosting a really good Oregon team? Just talk to me about this spectacle.
Well, first of all, let's talk about game day, because I'm so happy for Washington State fans to finally get this experience coming to them. I've had the chance to go and see the game day set up at a couple different locations, and I know the history of getting that Washington State flag there for every appearance, and it's great. And I'm so happy that they finally get a chance to enjoy this, because I know they've had some close calls where they thought they were going to get it before, and it just didn't work out with the schedule. This is a perfect situation, though, because Oregon coming off the big win, and both teams right now, this is a key game in that Pac-12 North. So I think the emotion, that energy could carry over a little bit, and I think we're going to see a lot of points in this game. I just think that Oregon is finding themselves right now, and I think that they've got the upper hand. I think Mario Cristobal's got them going pretty well right now. I think he's finally gotten things to take some steps forward here. I think we certainly saw that last week, and I think that that's going to carry over. I don't think there's any letdown from the Ducks here.
Hey, Kevin, any chance you think, before I get you out of here, that win last week USC had at home against Colorado, they go to Rice Eccles at Utah. Utah's like a touchdown favorite against USC. Do you think maybe USC, like you've seen before in the Clay Helton era, just kind of get it going a little later on in the season? They're just slow starters for some reason. Is USC kind of back, in your opinion, where they're going to be a tough out for everybody on their schedule, including Notre Dame?
Yeah, I'm already looking at that Notre Dame game at the end of the year. I don't think that's a game that Notre Dame wants to mess around with, to be honest with you.
Yep.
Because I just feel like that's a tough spot. Notre Dame's going to be doing a lot of traveling over the next month, too. A lot of road trips for them. And then the end of the year in Los Angeles, that's going to be tough. But as far as this game against Utah, I'm stunned that the spread is that big there because I feel like you're suggesting, I think USC is a little bit of a slow starter this year. And I kind of expected that with some of the players that they were losing and starting a young quarterback and trying to figure a couple things out. Sort of expected them to take a step back this year, but a team that could definitely improve as the season goes along. And in that Pac-12 South right now, they are still the best team as far as talent's concerned.
Yeah.
And talent's going to win out a bunch of times. And Utah's a team that they play tough at home and they can win some games, but there's just something about them that I just rarely trust in a big spot.
Yes.
And I think that this is a big spot for them. I don't know if they have. There's just something about them where they're going to make a mistake, and USC is going to make them pay.
Kevin, enjoy another magical weekend of college football, man. These games are heating up. Enjoy game day. You're going to love that show. You're going to love seeing the campus at Wazoo there and see all those flags flying. I mean, the town is going to be on fire this weekend. Enjoy it, my friend. Thank you.
I'm going to enjoy watching it. Thanks for having me.
Kevin McGuire. Read his stuff on NBCSports.com. College Football Talk hosts the No 2-Minute Warning podcast. That's a podcast dedicated to college football, very popular. He does a terrific job, comes on this show every week, previews of the big games coming up. It's a fun weekend for college football, no doubt about it. I'm loving it. Ballgame show, Benchwarmers Pub and Grill.
As an ambassador for our county, I will carry our voice to federal and state governments and other agencies. This is Bruce Nichols, and I am running for Baker County Commission Chair. The Commission Chairperson is an administrator for Baker County business. I am a Republican who upholds Eastern Oregon values for every citizen. I promote fiscal responsibility and investing in our community and encourage career education and job training. Vote Bruce Nichols for Baker County Commission Chair, and I approve this message.
Blue Mountain Auto Parts, located in downtown LeGrand, is your local Napa Auto Parts dealer. They have the best selection and prices for both power tools and hand tools. And when it comes to your vehicle, Monty and his knowledgeable team will answer all your questions. They've been in this business a long time in this community, and their strong service skills certainly go a long way. When you need an auto part or a truck accessory or professional shop equipment or anything in between, head to Blue Mountain Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer.
GRH Regional Medical Clinic welcomes Dr. Frank Shumsky, a family practice physician relocating from Pendleton. With the past 15 years as an independent practitioner, Dr. Shumsky is a strong believer in community involvement. He has given his time serving as a medical trainer for rugby teams, Boy Scouts, and the Pendleton Roundup. Please help us welcome Dr. Shumsky and his family to this side of the blues.
Grand Ron Hospital, big city medicine with a hometown touch.
If you use natural gas, you recognize its blue flame. But natural gas is actually invisible and odorless. That's why Avista adds a rotten egg scent, in case there's ever a leak. If you smell natural gas at home, get outside fast. Don't flip switches or do anything to cause a spark. Go somewhere safe. Call 911. Then Avista. We'll take care of the problem and tell you when it's okay to return. Till then, it's a good excuse to visit the neighbors. Avista. We just want you to be safe. When putting in a tree or fence post, we all hate it when our shovel hits a big rock. But there are worse things to come across, like a natural gas or electric line. Nowadays, buried utilities are everywhere, some just below the surface. That's why it's the law to call 811 before you dig, to have your lines marked ahead of time. It's free for Avista residential customers. So call 811 2 business days before you dig. You need time to pick out that perfect shrub anyway. Avista. We just want you to be safe.
Looking for a place for a family member or other loved one? At Settlers Park Assisted Living and Memory Care, you'll find the comforts of home and 24-hour support to offer you peace of mind. Settlers Park specializes in dementia and Alzheimer's care. Call today and speak with Seth Hobson at 541-523-0200 for more information and to schedule a personal tour. Again, 541-523-0200. Settlers Park at 2895 17th Street in Baker City.
Veterans Day, when we pay special honor to our veterans. Mark your calendar and run for veterans November 10th at 9 a.m. Mount Hope Cemetery, a free 5K run, including a celebration at Baker Sports Complex finish line. Join as local veterans will be honored with a free barbecue and an amazing display of metal American flag artistry. Donate to the veterans cause. Receive a t-shirt and a chance to win a metal flag. The Run for Veterans, hosted by All American Metal Art and Baker County Veterans Services, November 10th.
Ballgame show, bench warmers, pub and grill on a fantastic night of games Thursday. Tomorrow we got a football Friday. I will be in studio tomorrow. Excited about it. Getting you ready for the weekend. Lots to talk about with these games. Maybe we'll come on the air tomorrow and we'll say, well, the Boston Red Sox are going to yet another World Series. They're one win away, and as much as maybe I'm rooting for Houston, I'm just kind of rooting for a 7-game series, I guess. I was rooting for Houston last night. I wanted them to even it up at 2-2. They didn't. Red Sox won. They're 3-1. As much as I'm rooting for Houston there, I just think it's one of those things. Boston's the better team. That's just why they won 108 games in the regular season. It's why they made quick work of the Yankees in the divisional round. And they're now making quick work of the Astros, another team that won, damn near 100 games in a World Series just last year. Boston's just the better team. And I think that's where I am right now with it. What do we have? A Northwest Furniture and Mattress sales always going on. Big red rocking chair on the roof. I got a text coming in. Johnny, you're an idiot. That's way too high of a percentage to put on Patrick Mahomes winning NFL MVP. I'm an idiot? Dude, okay, whatever. You're a stinking brush popper then, okay? I think I said the percentage was like 30%. I'm standing behind it. Look, I'm all in on Patrick Mahomes. You don't have to be. Vote for Brady again. Fine. Patrick Mahomes statistically is the best quarterback in the league. Oh, and not to mention they're 5-1. The one loss they have was to Brady in New England on a Sunday night that came down to the final second where New England won on a last-second field goal. That's fine. Look, I'm never going to argue with Tom Brady winning MVP. You pretty much probably give him the award every year. But the way Patrick Mahomes is going, the way he's playing, you stinking brush popper, I'll take him to be in the mix, like heavily in the mix. What are you, like a Raiders fan or something? Calling me an idiot because I'm just calling it like it is, where, dude, that quarterback for the Chiefs is really good. He's got 18 touchdown passes already, 4 interceptions, not bad, completing 64% of his passes, and he just has a thunderbolt for an arm, and he seems like he gets it too. Patrick Mahomes doesn't seem like one of these guys who's, a little light upstairs, a little dim. I don't see a dim pretty boy here. I think Patrick Mahomes is a darn good player, and he's going to have a really good career. Again, I'm all in on him. Yeah, I think he's got a really, really good chance to win league MVP this year. Patrick Mahomes, I do. I gave him like a 31% chance. You're acting like I gave him like a 95% chance. I said 31%. And Brady probably finds a way to win the award, and that's fine. Maybe give it to Breeze. I mean, if there's a year you could give it to Breeze, maybe it's this year. Breeze surprisingly doesn't have an MVP award. And you would have thought over one of those years, or he's thrown for what, 5,000 yards like 4 times, never won an MVP. Maybe there'll be someone who gets back into the race. Maybe Aaron Rodgers will just go insane. You see the Packers schedule coming up? As nutty as that is. What, they got like the Rams, they got the Patriots, they got the Dolphins, they got the Bears. Like, they got good teams coming up on their schedule. What if they win all 4 of those games and Aaron Rodgers looks like the best player on the planet? He's in the conversation. So, just my opinion. I'm all in on Patrick Mahomes. I don't think he's going to slow down much. I think he'll probably throw 35 to 45 touchdown passes. I mean, he's got 18 already, leads the league. His QBR, 85, leads the league. His sack percentage, I mean, think about this. In an era where the best way to stop a quarterback is to put him on his back, to pressure him, without getting called for a flag, of course. Patrick Mahomes right now leads the league in a very important category. Sack percentage. Mahomes is only getting sacked on 2.8% of his dropbacks. Think about that. For every 100 dropbacks he takes, he gets sacked less than 3 times. That is a remarkable percentage there. Ballgame Show, Benchwarmers Pub and Grill. Let's get some news. Get you to hour number 3.
Serving Eastern Oregon for over 75 years. This is KLBM LeGrand and KBKR Baker City. Super Talk Radio, the talk of Eastern Oregon.
Predator Priest Probe, Conference Cancellation. I'm Barbara Cusack. The Justice Department opened an investigation into child sex abuse inside the Roman Catholic Church in Pennsylvania. Correspondent Rosa Flores tells us.
From talking to clergy abuse survivors, they tell me that they say that this is a huge development because this is something that they have been asking for. They've been asking for the federal government to get involved for years.
Amid controversy over the apparent murder of a journalist, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin announced he will not take part in a high-profile investor conference in Saudi Arabia. More from correspondent Sam Kiley.
The news that Steve Mnuchin is not going to be coming to Davos in the desert, the future investment initiative much vaunted by the Saudis, led by the Crown Prince, is going to be a major blow, and it comes close on the heels of an announcement coming from Liam Fox, the Trade Minister, in the United Kingdom, that other very close Western ally, a long-standing ally too of Saudi Arabia. On top of that, the French cancelled, the Dutch cancelled, the head of the IMF cancelled.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo advised President Trump to give Saudi Arabia a few more days to investigate the disappearance of the journalist before deciding what action to take. Mexico's foreign minister plans to ask the United Nations Refugee Agency for help in coordinating with Central American governments concerning people seeking refugee status at Mexico's southern border. Democratic Congressman Beto O'Rourke addressed immigration during a town hall in McAllen, Texas this evening.
Texas, the defining border state, immigrant story and experience, and it's a positive one, should lead the national conversation in rewriting our immigration laws in our own image to reflect our values, our interests, our experiences, what we know to be true and to be good.
O'Rourke is challenging Senator Ted Cruz for the U.S. Senate in Texas. I'm Barbara Cusack.
Are you a stock or options trader looking for real trading strategies that you can use immediately? Hi, my name is Scott Bauer, CEO of Prosper Trading Academy, and I'm on a mission to become the #1 options coach in America. I'm a former vice president at Goldman Sachs. I have over 25 years of options trading experience, and right now I'm giving away my most famous options guide with over 20 unique options strategies that I use every day for free. You can't buy this guide anywhere. To claim your free options trading guide, simply call 855-844-9702 now and mention my name, Scott Bauer, and we will rush you the guide. Call 855-844-9702 and someone from my options team will help you get this guide in your inbox as quickly as possible. Call 855-844-9702 now and start learning to trade the right way. Simply call 855-844-9702. Prosper with options.
Stocks and options trading involves financial risk and is not suitable for all.
It's time now for your LeGrand Ride weather forecast. In LeGrand tonight, a low of 37 degrees with mostly clear skies. For tomorrow, a high near 67 degrees with plenty of sunshine throughout the day. In Baker City tonight, mostly clear conditions with a low near 33 degrees. And for tomorrow, plenty of sunshine with a high near 70. This weather forecast is brought to you by
Grand Ronde Hospital. Thank you for placing your health in our hands and giving us the opportunity to serve you.
Grand Ronde Hospital, big city medicine with a hometown touch.
You've been there, right? You put on that jacket you haven't worn in like 6 months. Reach into the pocket and find a McCafe brewed coffee. Well, not really, but there is a crumpled old dollar in there. And on McDonald's $1, $2, $3 menu, that's the price of any size McCafe brewed coffee or a savory sausage biscuit. Oh, and check the other pocket, too. Could be a tasty sausage McMuffin in there. Find more $1 breakfast favorites on the $1, $2, $3 menu at McDonald's. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Tax extra.
The players are fired up. The coaches are prepared for battle. Here we go! The student section is rumbling. The band is ready to rock. And you're ready for victory.
Touchdown, Beavers!
Every game, every victory is right here on the Beavers Sports Network.
Beavers football on Super Talk Radio is brought to you in part by Blue Mountain Barbers in LeGrand and Tom Van Diepen with Farmers Insurance in Baker City.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care. I ever get back, so let's root for the home team. They don't win, it's a shame. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
The Johnny Ballgame
All right, welcome back. Hour number 3, Johnny Ballgame Show, Bench Warmers Pub and Grill. Love to take some calls this hour. We'll open up the All-American Spray Lining and Tint Hotline. 541-963-4122. Heading home from work on a Thursday. You let me know. On an action-packed sports night, what are you looking forward to the most this evening? Hopefully you can get home, make some dinner plans, put your PJs on, chill out on the couch or in your chair, and watch a really good night of sports. So we'll open up the hotline. We'll take some calls here in a second. We'll do our Ace Hardware finale coming up here in a bit. And I want to get back to The decision today, the big announcement, the G League, the NBA's minor league saying, hey, we will take the kids before they are eligible to enter the NBA draft into the G League. We're talking about the one-and-doners. These kids who, Trae Young, who infiltrate college basketball for one quick year and then they're out. The G League's now saying, hey, we'll take those kids and, we will legally pay them. We'll give them $125,000 for the season. That's a good amount of money for 1 year. Again, this is a kid just straight out of high school. What was your job straight out of high school? How much were you making? These kids are going to be making 125 G's right out of high school. Good for them. Let's head on over to the All-American Spray Lining and Tint Hotline. We got calls coming in today on a Thursday. First caller, welcome to the program this hour. What you got?
Ruff, ruff. Ruff.
What the heck is that? Dog fan, you get a new... What's wrong? Dude, what's
the
hell?
Ballgame?
What's with the new bark tone?
That's my Jake Browning bark.
Oh, good one. Good one. God, that's gotta be frustrating for you, pal. That was...
Yeah, it's taken all the bass out of my bark, along with other things.
Yeah, the Huskies, man, going into Eugene, the icing of the kicker at the end there by Cristobal, and
I knew that was missing.
You just did, huh? All the Husky fans are saying that.
I was telling my dad, let's not leave this up to a kick. And I mean, if you're a Seattle team or a Washington team, you just can't do that. You're gonna miss.
Yeah, that town right now, Seattle, certainly pro and college, having a hard time with the kicking game. No question, dude.
I love the drop kicks though by Dixon.
Oh, for the Seahawks? Fun. They drop kick on the kickoff. That's crazy, man.
Pretty good weapon. I want to see him kick a field goal like Flutie did.
Yeah, I want to see him drop kick a field goal too. Yeah, so tough one for the Dogs. We haven't heard from you in a long time, dude. What's going on? How you been, Dog fans?
I know, Ballgame. It's been a whirlwind of a storm over here in Dog Fan 69erville.
What's going on, man? Everything okay?
I can't get into it too much. It's you trust me. You don't want me to. But my dogs losing to the Duckies was the straw that broke the camel's back. Almost went suicidal.
I'm sorry, Dog fan. We don't want. I hope that's not the case. I hope you're just having fun with us.
No, it was just the nail in the coffin that after a very difficult week for me that then my dogs go and lose a tight one. That was like the last thing that I needed.
Yeah, to Oregon. And Oregon's now kind of back the upper hand. Hey, we've beat you 13 out of 15. And it's going to be interesting.
Absolutely.
That rivalry, you could say, though, is in a really good spot because both teams are good right now. Both programs are in really good shape.
Yeah, they are. And I've completely changed my mind on Justin Herbert.
What are you thinking?
I mean, I used to think that I couldn't understand why he was such a highly touted prospect, but I actually got into it with a couple of Husky fans in Husky Nation on social media, and there were people that were trying to argue that Browning is actually a better prospect than Herbert. I'm going, no. He doesn't have the size. He doesn't have the arm. He may be slightly more accurate.
I wouldn't even say that. Like, oh my gosh, Husky fan. That's funny. That's cute.
There's so many Browning apologists out there, and the minute you criticize them, they're like, hey, don't criticize our Jake. And it's like, well, can he like come to play sometime? In a big game?
Yeah, can he play well in a big game? I mean, other than, he plays well in the Apple Cups, but he hasn't really had to because the Huskies have just dominated those Apple Cups, Mm-hmm. And then in the Pac-12 championship game against Colorado a couple years ago, I'll give it to Jake. He played really well that game. Good for him. He played well.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, you're right. Big games. He didn't play well against Auburn. He didn't play well in Autzen. Those are the two games they lost. He didn't play well against UCLA the week before.
He's 0-7 in must-win games. I mean, they're all must wins, but like the real big ones, he's 0-7.
That's kind of your record there. You're
Yeah.
factoring like last year when they got blasted by Penn State in the bowl game.
Yep.
He didn't
Bama.
Bama blasted
Auburn.
them. Auburn blasted them.
Just any USC, any big game except for the Pac-12 championship, which Colorado was pretty weak.
Hey, Dog Fan, what's going on? You said you were having some tough times. I mean, is that you want to let Dr. Ballgame help a little bit here? But what is the?
Maybe off the air. I don't want to force your listeners to hear my sob story, dude.
I think they want to hear it, Dog Fan.
Dude. I don't know. I got a little trouble on the home front. Mrs. Dog Fan's pissed, and it's been crazy.
You cheat on her?
No, never.
Didn't cheat on her?
Never, ever.
Just a collection of stuff. Look, I've never been married, so I'm not good with this
no
stuff.
Picnic, my friend. I think don't do it ever.
I mean, yeah, dude.
You've been smart all this time.
Were you
Just
watching-
batching it, staying single? That's the way to go.
Just the Bachelor style, I get my loving on the run, and I just kind of.
Yep. Get your loving on the run. I love it.
Were you watching too much football, playing too many video games? Like, what are you doing?
Oh, dude, the video games have been non-existent. Since Madden 19 came out, I have a total of 7 games played. Usually, I'd have about 100 played by now.
And so this is part of the deal. You're just working on some family stuff, so you just put the controller down for a while?
Yeah. When I started coaching my son's football team, it just took me completely away from all that stuff. And I just, the kids dominate the video games with the Fortnite, and I just, I never have any time to even get on the sticks.
Yeah, my nephews are playing that. That Fortnite's a big thing, huh?
I know. I haven't even tried playing it yet. I've watched a bunch of it, and it looks like I can see
What
why
is
the
it?
kids
Like
like it.
it's just a first-person shooter, like a GoldenEye, like a Grand Theft? Like what the-
Kinda, but you can build forts and walls around yourself right when a person comes up to start shooting you. So it's like you start building all these forts, and you collect materials, and you work with your teammates. It's a pretty cool game.
Okay, and your kids are digging it.
It's not really
huh?
my type of game, but
yeah,
the
and your
kids sure like it.
And your kids are digging it. And your little
Oh yeah, they want to be the next ninja.
that's like the highest
Don't know
level.
Ninja? You better look up Ninja, dude. Tyler Ninja Blevins, I think is his name.
Oh, the pro
He's a-
video
he's a-
game player.
Yeah, he's a pro Fortnite guy and just raking it in.
What's crazy is that's the thing now where a lot of people, like my nephews, do this. They go online and watch other people play video games.
Yep.
It's-
Pretty
there's
soon
a-
we're going to have
There's a market for
varsity Fortnite teams and varsity Madden teams instead of kids playing on the football team.
in high school. They're going to have a
Yeah.
Madden team
Yep,
instead of an
that's coming.
instead of
That's
an
coming.
actual
There's gonna
football
be a Madden team and a Fortnite team.
Are you, as a dad, are you okay with this?
Yeah, I mean, you know me. I'm a gamer. We grew up in the gaming. I mean, that's why my kids are so into it, because I got them into it right away. And, I kind of saw this potential back in the day when I used to compete in Madden tournaments and the Madden Challenge. I could see where it was going.
But I mean,
Yeah, I
a
knew
high school team, you're going to letter in it. Like you're going to wear a Letterman's
Exactly.
jacket and the little
With a little video game controller.
yeah,
on
like
it,
a little controller. That's going to be the logo
little
that you're gonna
patch. Yep.
that's going to be the patch. It's going to be a
Yeah,
video
I
game
love it.
controller. And he's going to get they're going to get they're going to get the homecoming dates. That's for sure.
Yep. Oh yeah. It's crazy, man. You look at all those esports tournaments and stuff on ESPN and stuff, and the Madden tournaments. I mean, it's just these guys are serious.
Hey,
And there's professionals getting paid.
I got a guy emailing the show right now that wants to know what happened. He doesn't believe you. He thinks you cheated on her, Dog Fan.
Oh no, I didn't. I went out and hung out with some buddies on my 40th birthday, had a few drinks, and came home and got in trouble. And then it was all of a sudden that I was messing around. And
So
it's
she
come
thought
on.
you were. She thought you were.
Yeah. It's
But
come
you
on,
weren't.
You know me better than that.
Yeah, but you weren't. And she thought that you were messing around.
No, absolutely
on her.
not. I friended a random girl on Facebook, and she saw it, and so she assumed that I had something going on with her.
But you just why would you friend a random girl on Facebook?
Well, because I was introduced to her. The
Okay,
night
so
before.
you knew her. So you met this woman.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it wasn't just like a stranger.
Oh, I thought that's what you made it sound. I thought you just okay. So you knew
Yeah,
her.
and on top of that, she had to leave the place where I met her because her boyfriend tried to commit suicide and was in the hospital.
Oh gosh.
So I friended her and
Oh,
I asked her on
gosh.
Facebook, like, what is everything okay with your boyfriend type of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
And she happened to be pretty attractive. So, my wife with her like super sleuth, Magnum PI investigating,
Oh gosh.
went and looked and says, "Who's this girl?" Kind of thing.
Yeah,
So,
and you said, look, it's just a friend I met. It's nothing.
Yep.
And she's like, that's not gonna.
you say he's just a friend.
Yeah. I just you got what I need, man.
Biz Marquis.
Ah, man. So okay. Well, hopefully you can this whatever. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something clever to say here. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. What?
Definitely. Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson.
She sings that song. Yeah.
That's
Kill You Make You Stronger.
That's
that's my anthem right now.
Yeah, and you can
Bumping the Kelly.
Get through this and.
Yeah, I'll get through it, man. I'm probably gonna have to come and see you for a little R&R and kind of recoup. And
you're welcome here, man.
Maybe I'll have to relocate to LeGrand.
I mean, dog fan. I mean, you might not want to wear a lot of your husky gear around here, but
yeah, I'd have to get a whole new wardrobe. All I have is purple and gold.
No, it'd be cool, man. But no, anytime, man. And
okay,
Dave, don't be such a stranger, man. You can call.
I won't. I'll be resuming my normal call-ins and I'll get the bass back in my bark.
Hey, what do you think about a Washington minus 17.5 hosting Colorado this Saturday? That seems huge to me, right?
Oh, wow. Is that's a home game?
That's
isn't
the
it?
actual spread in that game, dog fan. It's 17 points. Like, dude,
I can't believe that.
I know the Huskies are. Do you think they're gonna win by 18 or more? Like, what the heck?
No way. Not after the Oregon game.
Yeah.
And I heard too, if the Dogs would have won and Colorado would have won, game day might have been coming to Husky Stadium instead of Pullman.
Yeah, that would have been a big possibility if the Huskies and the Buffs would have won last week. Absolutely. I got people texting in. They're supporting you, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, AO says Dogfan 69 is one of my favorite call-in guys. I wish him nothing but the best.
I appreciate that. I'm flattered.
You didn't cheat on her, really? Dog fan?
No, I promise, dude. On everything I love.
Is she and you're out of it?
And she knows that too. She knows. She's kind of backing off of that now and trying to say that it's about other stuff.
Okay. Are you guys? So you're out of the house?
For the time being, yes.
Okay. So you're somewhere else.
I'm still holding out hope. I'm not.
Hey, no,
yeah,
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, God, you must. And you miss your kids.
Yeah, dude. Don't make me cry on the air.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm sorry, bro. Yeah.
Where's my sad music in the background?
Let me get it to you, man. I'm coming right away for it, man. I'm sorry, man. Dog fan 69er, you guys in the ball game community, we need to circle the wagons here. Dog fan needs us. He's not seeing his kids. His wife kicked him out. He's friend requesting hot babes on Facebook. She booted him. And he doesn't have his video games. He doesn't have his kids. His Huskies are losing. I mean, honestly, his pets' heads are falling off, man. I mean, dude, your pets' heads are falling off.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
I mean, dog fan.
Oh, man.
How you gonna get her back, man?
I mean, it's gonna take time, and gonna take her like realizing like what she's giving up.
Yeah,
but it'll be okay. That music reminds me of Titanic.
Dog fan, is Christmas gonna be tough?
Oh, dude, I don't even want to think of that.
I'm sorry, that's probably crossing the line.
Dude, yeah, that's gonna be real rough. It's just, 13 years, man.
That's how long it was.
That's
13 years.
That's all I know. That's the only life I know, and like everything reminds me of her and the kids.
Like movies,
music. Like I can't be in the car and listening to the radio now
because kids like what the song comes on and reminds you of your wife, like doing that funny little dance in the kitchen, or
exactly. Yep.
You want to kiss her?
I do.
Yeah. Damn, man.
May never get to again.
Hey, if you don't, dog fan, I hope it's hope it ends up being for the best. I don't know.
I do too. Does the beer flow like wine over there in LeGrand?
Women instinctively flock like the salmon of Capistrano. Yeah.
Maybe that's where I need to get to.
You let me know. I mean, I got some buddies in town that'll help you have a good time too. We'll take you out. We'll take you to Benchies. You won't pay for a drink all night. And
can we wrestle?
It'll probably come to that. Yeah.
Okay.
With the beer flowing like wine.
Okay.
Thanks.
Let's do it. I'm gonna take you up on that, man. ASAP.
You gonna cry tonight?
No, I'm okay. I'm all cried out, man. I'm kind of numb now.
Unreal, man.
But I appreciate the Dr. Ballgame session. How much do I owe you?
I hope I didn't offend you taking it there.
No, you didn't at all. You gave me some good comic relief. I needed that.
Man, I appreciate
This is what I've been missing.
I hope the dogs win this week for you, bro.
Oh, me too.
And hey,
No doggies.
Hey, do you root for the Cougars against the Ducks? How do you handle this game?
Yeah, I do.
You hate the Ducks.
I usually pull for the Cougs unless they're playing the Huskies or if their game like affects the Huskies in some way.
Okay. That was fun, man. Thanks, dog fan.
Yep, thank you, Ballgame.
Benchwarmers Pub and Grill. Appreciate everybody on the All-American Spray Lining Intent Hotline. Denver at Arizona. You got Buck and Aikman on the call here. Going to be a fun Thursday night. Arizona's got those all-black uniforms with the white helmet. Those are sweet NFL unis. I'm excited to watch Josh Rosen play tonight. We have the Lindy's football report coming at about 5:32-ish tonight. Still have our Ace Hardware finale. We'll get you out of here. But first, cars, trucks, SUVs, new and pre-owned, to get one heck of a deal on your trade-in. MJ Goss Motors, Adams Avenue, downtown LeGrand since 1922. 24-hour towing service, 96 years going strong. MJ Goss Motors. I bought my last vehicle there. I'll buy my next vehicle at MJ Goss Motors. Get down there and test drive one today. Ball Game Show, Benchwarmers Pub and Grill. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Kate from Blue Mountain Barbers on Adams Avenue. We're an old-fashioned barbershop with a fresh touch. We always have more than one chair available, so you never have to wait very long. We love our customers and take pride in being the premier barbershop in town. We also love our sports. We have a sweet TV setup, so the game is always on. Blue Mountain Barbers on Adams Avenue. Haircuts, shaves, beard trims, head shaves, product sales. You name it, we have it. When it's time for your next haircut, come to Blue Mountain Barbers. We won't mess it up. Go Beavs.
Sometimes it's muddy, sometimes it's rocky, and this time of year it can become ice and snow. Around here, good traction needs to be standard equipment. So if you've been spinning your wheels, maybe it's time to pick up a new Toyota 4 or all-wheel drive. To make the decision easy, Toyota has special limited time savings on our best-selling models. Get special low-payment lease options on Tacomas, 4Runners, and Sequoias. Or how about 0% APR financing for 60 months on all RAV4s. There's even $3,000 in cash back on Tundra Crew Max, and that's just a few examples of the great savings. Plus, most new Toyota models now feature Toyota Safety Sense at no extra cost. So get a grip this winter at the Toyota 4x4 and all-wheel drive event. For details, visit buyatoyota.com or come drive one today at your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. All financing on approved credit through Toyota Financial Services. Dealer doc fees vary by dealer. For more details, call 1-888-21-TOYOTA. Offers end October 31st, 2018.
I'm Jamie McLeod Skinner, and I approve this message because you matter. People in our district are hurting, and Greg Walden doesn't get it. We all want our families to have access to health care, our kids to have access to education, and we want to be able to put food on our tables. We can solve the problem we are facing together. We just need real leadership. I'm Jamie McLeod Skinner. Visit jamiefororegon.com.
Carl again at the Oregon Trail Trader. I'd like to talk to you about my personal addiction. I am obsessed with firearms. They consume my life and profession. Please come to the Oregon Trail Trader and help me with my addiction problem by taking some of these new and used firearms off my hands. Let me turn my addiction into yours. Brandish me, the Enabler. 2312 Adams Avenue in LeGrand. The Oregon Trail Trader. Give us a like on Facebook, and we'll see you soon.
I'm JD Stanley with Dream Builders Contracting, and I'm an American who loves his country. In fact, in my house, when any game is on the television, my family stands up and honors the flag during the national anthem. Honor and respect, those are the foundations at Dream Builders. We excel in all phases of construction and now offer snow and ice removal. You need it done, we can handle it. Dream Builders Contracting, America, I love you. Go Ducks, CCB 180209.
That's got us all aglow. He's just a man and not a freak. Joltin' Joe DiMaggio.
Joe DiMaggio, we want you and I.
He tied the mark.
Some text and emails coming in thanking DogFan69er for, I don't know, going down that rabbit hole with us a little bit. That's tough, man. And sports radio is certainly what I do to pay bills and stuff, but there's a lot of bigger things out there than just sports and radio shows. I mean, dudes are going through tough times, and certainly he is. And Dog Fan, if you're still tuned in, well, call anytime, man. Absolutely anytime, my bro. We're definitely here for you on that one. I want to get into our Ace Hardware finale, and I kind of want to get back to where I went with the top story, where the G League is now going to have select players invited to play rather than going to college as a freshman. Head to the G League for a $125,000 paycheck, and what they are selling, a more conducive environment to prepare someone for an NBA or professional career moving forward. No more textbooks, teachers, dirty looks, you get it. Nope. They're just saying forget playing at Duke for a year. Come to the G League. Play with grown men, make 125 Gs, and then after the one season in the G League, then go to the draft. Now, I honestly, the loser in this, I think, is us, the fans. I think we lose here. Look, I want the kid to be able to feel that he doesn't just have to go to college for 1 year. I like the fact that this is another path to take, a path that has a financial pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Obviously, $125,000. The older you get, the more you realize how low a sum of money that is. But to a dude coming right out of high school, $125,000, that might as well be $10 million. He doesn't know the difference. He has no perspective yet, no frame of reference yet. I'm not saying you can even build $125,000 as a nest egg. It's a decent amount of money, and hopefully they can turn that into something else like a pro career. But right now, a lot of these kids are playing college for 1 year, and they're not turning that into anything. They're taking entry-level freshman 100-level courses. I went to college. Most of you probably did too. What'd you take when you were a freshman? Intro to Lit. Communications 100. Right? Spanish 1. Biology 101. I mean, you're taking very entry-level type of courses there. Sure, that's the beginning of an education. I get it. But let me get back to this real quick. Ace Hardware finale, Ace Hardware, Ace the helpful place. I think the fans are going to lose here because let's say if 15 kids decide to go to the G League next year rather than play college basketball, that's 15 kids that would be going to Duke, Kentucky, Kansas, Arizona. You can name on and on and on. All the big-time blue blood teams. So they wouldn't get those kids anymore. So it would be kind of a trickle-down effect. They'd go get other kids who are going to other really good schools. And then there'd be this pool of like these 15 players that should be at like Duke and Michigan State, but instead they're playing for the Fort Wayne Mad Ants and the Santa Cruz Warriors or the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. They're playing for those teams. I'm not going to watch those games. That's why I think the fans lose on this. we're not going to get to see those games. I'm not going to watch G League basketball because I know that there's a prospect, a kid like last year, like Mo Bamba is playing in it, or Marvin Bagley III, the Duke kid. Oh, he's playing, or DeAndre Ayton is playing in the G League, so I better watch Oklahoma Blue games. So that's why I think us, the fans, we lose on this. Because we watch college basketball, at least I do. That's an A-, B+ level sport in this country for me. College basketball is high on my choice at the sports buffet. It's not my first item, but it's not my last item. I love the heck out of some college basketball, especially March. The whole month is owned on college hoops. They own a month. So I think we're the losers if there's going to be 10, 12, 15 kids that should be going on Final Four runs that are farting around in the G League. We'll talk about this more today. Ace Hardware, Thatcher's Ace Hardware in Baker City, and Ace Hardware in LeGrand. Always appreciate you guys. That's the Ace Hardware finale and all I got.
I'm Wes Williams, and I'm running for judge in Union and Wallowa counties after 22 years of protecting the constitutional rights of Eastern Oregonians. Whether they were a victim of crime, a rancher or a farmer protecting their land, a small business owner, a juvenile, or someone accused of a crime, I have fought for the rights of the citizens of our community. Look for your ballot by next Monday, the 22nd, and vote Wes Williams for judge, because you deserve to know your constitutional rights will be protected. I'm Wes Williams, and I approve this message.
Valley Concrete Pumping has you taken care of when it comes to you, your business, and your family. Whether you are a general contractor looking for the best deal, or even a do-it-yourselfer with a big weekend warrior project, Valley Concrete Pumping is your #1 option. Owner and operator Lee Atkinson has been a